All right, we are live.
Oh,
Show anybody's watching us. It's my birthday. Well, it's not really my birthday. It's a few days early, but it's my birthday stream. I wasn't sure if my wife would be off on my birthday for me to do this, so fuck it, let's do it now. And then I got one of my friends that apparently I knew in high school that I don't remember, Derek, and then my sister writing other person, Hillary.
yes.
Yeah, that's terrible intro. But who cares?
That's right. We just chilling, so.
Yeah, we're just chilling, hanging out, chit chatting. Anybody's in the comments or whatever watching this, y'all want to contribute to the conversation, go for it.
After that, probably popping in there in a minute. You know, she got all this stuff to say. Holy shit. I'm gonna go pull up YouTube too so I can see the chat because, you know, StreamYard not really worth shit.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, I'm going to go ahead and open that up.
You know,
Say up to date with it. StreamYard be lagging. Everybody's here.
Yeah, she is. She said, keep your fingers
Hello,
crossed.
hello.
like
Yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to open up YouTube. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I don't really know if we got anything we're actually going to talk about or do, but we're here.
We're going to talk about what the fuck you doing with your books. What's going on? What's happening?
I haven't really done much sovereign duty. Still got to do a few final revisions and then edits and then publish it, which I plan on doing this fucking summer.
I know you're writing. What's going on with your memoir? Like about you?
Oh, I've got 6-7 chapters maybe done with it, kind of off and on. I haven't really worked on it that much either. I've been working more on music and then just playing video games and working on outlining some other stories.
Okay.
You are. I am not that old.
Apparently, she thinks she's like 27. That's nice. Every 27, you know.
Man, if I could.
I'm old. That right?
You're old.
Okay. I would stay 20.
Am I the oldest? I guess I'm the oldest here.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Derek's same age. I'm about 5.
You're a couple months
older. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I turned 32 in April.
Yeah, you all like talk about, oh, I ain't getting indigestion yet. I'm like, that's because I'm 37. That's why I already got the hit close to 40. Riding the waves, man. You ain't close enough yet.
My body's been going downhill since I had my heat stroke when I was 24. So it's just been.
You know, I've never really been kind to mine, so.
April. Is that when Aphrodite's birthday is?
Yeah, she stayed 27 for life, so you know.
Well, I guess you don't get no more birthdays.
No, I don't know.
Oh my goodness. I can't.
Yeah, my anniversary is the day after Derek's birthday.
Oh,
really? Yeah. Damien Wall's birthday.
Oh.
I haven't talked to that dude in a while.
Damien?
Yeah.
Last time I talked to him, I found him passed out on the side of the railroad track drunk. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think the last time I seen him was back when we lived out in Greenway. I think I might have messaged him. I was about to say I might have messaged him like once or twice since then. But yeah, it's been that long since I've seen him.
Yeah, this was like Chris, when was that? Whenever I found Damien by the railroad tracks, whenever me and Joe had to go looking for him. Was that before I went to rehab?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it was around March, June, probably about June.
Railroad tracks dangerous.
You still do tattoos?
Huh?
Does he still do tattoos?
Me?
No, Damien.
I mean, I do. Oh, Damien? No, he doesn't and everything. He does, but he said he's trying to retire out of it and everything because it just everybody kept asking him and bugging him for it and shit. So
yeah. I know he used to bring his stuff up to our house.
He did stop being fun.
I'm not getting any, so I don't really care that way. But yeah,
Was like business hard, or everybody just asking for free tattoos?
Shite.
Yes, I do have spikes on my head after that, and on my shoulders. You know, I roll like that. I got a cane too.
Some leaders right here again, Zero.
All my shit.
my wife would love that hoodie.
It's awesome. I got it. Tell her to check out Dolls Kill.
Check out what?
Dolls Kill. There's a website.
I know she used to.
Dollskill.com. Nice shit on there. I got
I think the website she used to get a lot of stuff from was called KinkyAngel.com.
Oh yeah, I have some stuff from Kinky Angel.
I mean that's where I got my necklace from.
Yep.
My old necklace. I used to have some rings and jewelry from there.
Yep. Oh, we lost. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
The signal's kind of rough.
So yeah, that's about the only online shop I guess I know of.
There's another one called Killstar too. She probably likes stuff on there. I shop both of those.
I mean she might know some more of that. I don't know, but I know when she was younger, she used to wear all kinds of trip pants and stuff like that.
Yeah, I had a bunch of trip pants. Kinky Angel, what's that sound familiar?
It's not what you think, Aphrodite.
Yeah, it's not Minx's place or something. Like, calm down.
I know whenever my wife first told me about that or whatever, I guess it was like our first year together and I was trying to find something for her birthday or Christmas or something. He's like, yeah, you can go to Kinky Angel. I was like, I'm not buying any of that stuff right now. He says, I know, it's like clothing and stuff. I was like, oh. But yeah, I think everything I bought is like from Alchemy Gothic or whatever that brand.
Yeah. She said, no, I think I heard it before. We don't know, Aphrodite.
Well, you might have. I don't know.
We don't know where you going with that. You know, you are you after all.
Yep.
Oh,
I was about to say, I don't know.
That's too funny. Oh my goodness. So I have been working on a secret project that I may possibly become traditionally published, but I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know. I'm just like, you know how I feel about that. I don't like nobody having any kind of control. So kind of like, because you know, you lose some of that control because of that. But they contacted me, so it wasn't like I was just like, oh, I'm all of a sudden interested in self-publishing. I mean, traditional publishing, I wasn't. So I'm working on a horror project, like a horror series or whatever, and so it was something that was on the back burner anyway. So I just decided to bring it up on the front burner since Cagliostros is done pretty much. So I'll try it out and see what happens. Once if I sign a contract with them, I'll let everybody know.
Yeah, I know there's a couple story ideas I have. I might go out and seek traditional publish.
It's
or whatever.
changing, so the scene's changing a little bit, so it might be a little bit.
It just kind of depends. Yeah. I might go seek it, and if I don't have anything picked up, then I'll just be like, all right, whatever, and just self-publish it. But I got some stories that I'm more okay with maybe changing a few points of it or whatever. So I'll be more willing to traditionally publish that. But like METAGORE, I know there would be a lot of stuff. They're like, nope, too many characters, too much of this, too much of that. I'm like, no.
They try to change. So that's why I said with Cagliostro, this stuff, that's my baby. So I'm not even thinking about that ever.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not changing that. Some other stories or whatever, as long as the main points get across, I'll be all right with it.
So that's what I said. I was like, because they be like, I know people be like, well, how about Allison become the main character because the whole female kicked in? And I was like, no, it's his story, so I'm gonna be enough. Like, no. I think indie publishing has helped trade publishing. See, we are legit and are willing to fill us up. Yeah. They should, because we're the same writers that they would have, you know.
Yeah, especially people that's indie published before. That means we know how to like market ourselves or whatever, or at least have some experience doing it.
Yeah, we've been.
So I mean, that's more that they can rely on us to do. So less that they have to do type ordeal.
Right, because you have to advertise yourself anyway.
Yeah, I know. I mean, at least this way they know that you are already familiar with that.
Right, you will not just sit in like, what should I do? You know. So that kind of it. So that's probably why they starting to reach out for people So I'm gonna see how that goes. Even if it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't matter to me. That means it just made me finish a book and decide to switch it all to a full novel size series. So hey,
Oh yeah.
no biggie. I'll try give it a
I thought
try.
he might have been trying to join back in or something, but I'm not seeing it.
I don't know his signal might have all gone out. Who knows?
So,
You look, you got him on here for like a little bit. Just telling
yeah.
you.
Like I said, 3 years finally.
Mm.
Let's see here. I would certainly consider it with any of my works, really, as long as they don't hit me up with major changes.
Hell up.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the ones that I'd be more willing to, I mean, as long as it's nothing major, I'll be all right. But Metagore, I want it a particular way and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, one of the things would be the cast and this and that. I'm like, no.
No.
I made Metagore intentionally the way I did just because so many people's like, oh, you can't have this many people. You can't have it like this. You can't have it like this. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm stubborn.
To me, that's quite useful for fantasy. I mean, I
was like, I'm going to do it. I don't care. You know, I've always done that with whatever. You know, I'm going to do what I want to do. People like it. They like it. They don't. They don't.
They don't have to read it. Problem solved. Yeah,
exactly.
That is my spooky series. Aphrodite. You know the one you probably won't get to read.
That shit is lit. I don't even like horror, but this series I could get into big time.
Yeah, it's fun right now. A lot of people suffering.
Yep.
There'll be a lot of characters suffering. Oh my goodness. So what are you doing for your birthday? Like what y'all doing?
I have no idea. Probably sit at home.
Surprise sign shit going on?
Do what?
Is there some kind of surprise shit going on you don't know about?
I doubt it. I'll stay at home. More than likely. Do nothing. Play video games. Same old.
I was happy to do that shit. Like, not go to work.
But yeah, if I knew my wife was going to be off, I would have went ahead and done the stream on my birthday like I had the last 2 years. But since it fell on Tuesday and she doesn't know her schedule until like the Saturday before.
Right, so you couldn't know that.
I was like, you know, it'd be kind of last minute. And then if she did work, I'm like, all right, well, then I'll have to wait until like the weekend after or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or throw something together last minute. It's like, hey, I'm doing a stream tonight. So yeah.
Be like,
He said he got up to go check the food and didn't realize he was gone.
That's funny.
Said he'd been smoking a little bit tonight, so he's not completely there.
I'm back.
Hell yeah.
Back.
Y'all making fun of me?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Why not? I was like, I said you should be glad he showed up for that little bit of time. Sorry.
Yep.
Now you can rub this in Rachel's face and be like, hey, I was there.
Yeah, where were you at? Where were you, homie?
My birthday's the 21st, which will be Tuesday.
Yeah.
And she's doing Christmas with her husband's side of the family tonight. They're supposed to start about 45 minutes ago or so.
Must have some extended family going on when you gotta do Christmas like a week before.
Yeah.
Fucking Christmas get here.
Fuck that.
I'm kind of like,
I would do all my stuff Christmas Eve.
I want you to leave me alone on Christmas. Because I don't want to deal with no people.
We gotta go to my wife's aunt Christmas Eve after she gets off work, and then we gotta go to my mom's.
Do the hopper thing? Yeah,
There goes everything true.
Aphrodite talking about.
Is she? The last one I see on StreamYards. Where's Alabama?
How many?
Where's
3 now. The other one, you son of a bitch.
StreamYards running a little late, like always.
As per usual.
Yeah. I was gonna open up YouTube and stuff. Fuck it. I'm not even on that account right now or anything, so I was like, eh.
Really?
I've got like 3 fucking accounts.
I know everybody does. Everybody.
Here we go.
Everybody does.
Bam.
Aphrodite talk about my main character needs a hobby. She do have a hobby.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
The suffering and torture of mankind. Yeah. That's her hobby. What the fuck? What you mean? Why you telling people what their hobbies are?
Yep.
I write horror. It's supposed to be like that.
I have at least 10 channels.
Yeah,
God, fuck that.
Yeah,
I think I'm subscribed to like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, Minx, and she got the doll channel. She got author channel.
I don't think I'm on any of those. I know she sent me some of her old stuff like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Old videos.
I was gonna do one for gaming, but I was like, if
What
I
are you
do
doing, Megan?
on YouTube, it's just gonna have to be like a talking kind of shit, which I was thinking about just doing like talking about games and makeup and shit. Because if I fucking play games on YouTube, I'm gonna get hit with copyrights all up my ass, and then
yeah, I get them every so often. It's usually just music, so I try to go in and lower the music volume, and then if I can't do that, then you can usually remove or mute just the song only. That's what I do most of the time.
Always music. That's the culprit.
I mean, it doesn't really hurt your channel. You just can't get monetized off of that video.
There's whiskey bottle. Bring it out.
I
mean, maybe I'll get a little whiskey.
I'll have to see. I thought about making one just to see what the fuck happens. People not gonna like my opinion very much though, cause
I got my author channel, my gaming channel, and then just like my personal music, whatever channel.
Yeah, I think I'm subscribed to all of yours.
Oh, something I want to show you. It's not very good. Quality. I might try to see if I can fucking make it a little bit more better. At some points. I've been slacking on it. Let's see. Let's
okay.
Share. Entire screen. Good.
He's an alcoholic and you have diabetes.
Sad for you that don't have diabetes.
What is this? What's happening here?
Sharing.
I designed Tillery's dream house, the blueprints.
Oh yeah, that's my library.
Yeah, this is your library. This is some of the pictures. I've only got like I think 4 done. Very poor resolution, so I might try to make it a little bit better.
Looks good to me.
You see the bookshelves.
Yeah,
that's where the floor and the ceiling meet. I couldn't do like a wall area there, so that's why I got that little line.
Nice.
Be 2 floor.
Not bad.
You design me another house, a more realistic. This is gonna happen in like 2-3 years house, because you know we do.
Let me know.
Carried away.
I know when you did this, I started designing. I was like,
"That's not my fault."
You realize how big this house is?
No,
it cost you some money. And he's
well,
like, yeah. I was like,
I don't making all that money, but that's fine. But like, I'm just saying, like, I'm more thinking about me having to clean it. You know, I run a cleaning company now. I'm like, I don't like cleaning. I don't want to have no big ass house. Like, calm down. But the kitchen's nice, fire.
This is the kitchen of the main house. Got your island here. I couldn't make the
because my mom would like to see this.
I couldn't make the double oven all the way floor to ceiling on this mock-up, so that's why it's just kind of lower.
Okay.
And I didn't put the microwave here, but I mean, this is just kind of visualized. This wasn't the actual blueprints. It's kind of get an idea how the kitchen would look, as well as just standard
lights
or whatever. And then the pool, I didn't know exactly what pool. I know you sent me a picture. I couldn't find anything kind of like that.
The layout for that one I looked up.
But that kind of looks like a layout, and then you can see the windows and the wall lights.
Nice.
And this would have been your mom's kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, you got the sink over here with the back of the bar, the vents and the window and fridge.
Nice. Yep.
And yeah, that's all the ones I had done.
Oh, good.
And I tried to do a walkthrough, but it wasn't as good quality, and it was just giving me all kinds of trouble. So I was like, fuck it.
I like it. Good job on that. Yeah, I'll have to hit you up about the actual one, because you obviously I like wasting money.
Oh yeah.
So I was like,
you might as well waste it on me.
$dollars at you, just so I can look at my dream house and I'm going to give bills.
Yeah, might as well waste it on me. I'm all right.
Hey, you'll take it.
I'm shooting a short film in January for one and only scary film.
Yep.
Cool.
She wrote that shit. Good.
As long as it's not got a lot of blood, I'll watch it.
Stewart and homemade.
Huh.
Yeah, her and I both thinking like, oh,
My library has a spiral staircase too. Great minds. Yep.
yeah. She has a teeny type house. Yeah, she one of those tiny homes that they've been doing. The studio space, yep. Well, you go by yourself, you know what I'm saying? I still gonna need like somewhat of a serious layout deal, but it's small scale compared to that beast of a mansion.
Over
but I was
13,000
thinking,
square
like,
feet.
Yeah, 16,000. That's a little too much though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I probably need spaces to run around naked in. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. I don't know. So, I think I was looking at like I'm gonna do like a custom split foyer for the main house style because I think about all the motherfucking steps too. But I'm like, I'm gonna get older, so no.
You're already feeling it,
right? Really though, feeling it. Hey, listen, you don't even know. Look, been a dancer since I was 8, so my knees is like my ankles is like, bitch, please. So, and
hell, I used to go running like 2 hours a day. Can't do that no more.
Yeah, so
that crazy person nobody does that.
Oh, I know nobody running.
I remember when I had to walk from fucking our house in Greenway to the fucking hospital in Piggott because my fucking car was broke down. Just get my mom's.
I was drunk as shit on New Year's Eve and made that walk down the railroad tracks.
Fuck
yeah,
that.
like 4 miles roughly.
Yeah, and it was cold as shit that year.
Oh yeah. No.
I know it was fucking snowing whenever I had to make that trip.
Yeah, it was all October and everything. I got picked up by some drunk people from Indiana, actually.
I had somebody pull over while I was making that trip. It's like an older gentleman. He's like, you need a ride? I was like, yeah, I'll take one. He's like, hope you get it, and drove off. I was like, all right, fucking asshole.
Yeah, Southern hospitality, that shit don't exist down there, man. Not in Piggott, Arkansas.
What the fuck? Dude, like, why you stop and be a dickhead? Like, what? Wow.
I got right out of the hospital and tried to walk back from Piggott to Rector and got cigarettes flicked at me.
What the what?
Yeah.
Wow. People are total assholes, man. What? Damn. Kindness is free. You can give it away, but nope, people got other shit to give you.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up about the house. It's like my mom, I'm gonna do her like those tiny homes that they've been fucking doing, like people been getting into. And they
basically like those little shed things kind of turn into a house.
Kind of. I'll show you some examples when I send they because my mom is like she don't need much at all, and it's like I still want it design style based to the main house because I like the modern look or whatever. Because I've seen some dudes that build here in Maryland and they do like the tiny homes where they look like modern.
Might need to add some spices or seasoning to it.
It's more like a space restraint, trying to really like not have a lot of space. So because they're tiny homes, they do like I think the tiny homes are like 40,000 for the ones I was looking at to build. And I was gonna get my little brother built one too, but his can have a loft. My mom's can't because she can't do steps and ladders and shit. So hers will be a little bit different, but we'll talk. So it should be less insane.
Yeah. Or whatever.
If you got more of exactly what you want, like materials and stuff, I can do an actual schedule instead of just like what I do with the doors and windows, like the sizes. I can do it like actual materials sheet and all that, so you have everything. Because I know that's something that usually incorporates into blueprints, and I didn't do for you since it was just kind of, generalization, or wherever you didn't know exactly what doors. So I just did the sizes and stuff. But yeah.
Okay, I'll look into that. So yeah, because I'm looking probably to get it built in like about 2-3 years, but I want to make sure I know what I have to, money wise have because I gotta get grants next year for my other business I'm opening up from clothing and cleaning company now. So I'm getting tired of that shit. My mom started and then I started doing it, and it's lots of money, and it's nice, but your body just get fucking tired of that shit. So, and I just don't feel like running the other end of having people work for me and shit because people can't be trusted, and also to like training motherfuckers. And I've been working for being a manager and running over. Nah, fuck that. So I was like, I'm gonna get out of this and get into something else I can work from home because I'm getting tired of that shit.
So Aphrodite wants me to share a possible time frame for my upcoming books. Well, I had planned on already having Sovereign Duties published, and yeah, no. Sometime next year, maybe. I don't know. It'll probably be about this time next year. I'm planning on trying to get a new vehicle with my tax money, and then trying to save some up for an editor and shit. Yeah. But I don't know.
I'm about to try to use your editor for Uncali Astro.
So. Yeah, I enjoyed him. I'll probably use him again for these.
I mean, I looked at his website. He seems pretty solid. As far as my editor I had was trash. So
yeah, and he does. I don't know if he still does. I haven't really looked at the group in a while, but I know I think you're in at that fiction writing group. Used to like every Tuesday he would have like an editing tip type ordeal or whatever.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if he still does it or not. I haven't really paid attention to that group in a while, but I know for a while he was.
I still get dings for that group, so maybe.
Onion powder. What's the other one?
Besides that book, I have no idea. Still kind of working on my memoir off and on, but that's like over 100 chapters I have planned out, and I'll probably scrap a lot of that.
A lot of chapters, deal.
Yeah, I'll probably scrap a lot of it, but I'm going to start off with.
That's what
I had planned on releasing that album I was making whenever I released that. But now I'm just like, you know what? I might just release the album even whenever I get it done and shit and say fuck waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I didn't plan on fucking trying to rush shit or whatever. I was just gonna do whatever. I know, like I mentioned earlier about writing METAGORE or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, you can't do this, can't do that. I was like, I'm gonna do it. It's like if you're releasing a series and maybe like one book a year or one book every other year, don't wait too long. It's been 3 years now.
Really?
So
really? That's funny because there's so many writers that take forever. George R.R. Martin.
Yep. I was about to say, I think I seen somewhere the other day that he finally started like making plans to release Wins Winter or has a release date or something for it.
I can't with this man. Dude.
I was like, finally.
Like, really though, after someone else already wrote the ending for you? You let them finish. I can't. No, man. I would have never let that happen. There's no way I'm gonna let a show like end my book for me. Like,
no.
what the book is, man.
If like METAGORE ever got turned into it, I'd probably tell them at least make 2 seasons out of the first book. Like have one like before the war start and the second one after the war. Yeah. So they would have to add a lot before the war, I feel. But I'm like, I'm all for y'all adding more. Yeah. Just don't try to start taking shit out.
Yeah, they're taking shit out. They will, man. And they take out some important shit. Nobody want to know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Like, why did this motherfucker get decapped over here? We don't even know what's going on.
Yep. I hope to finish my Kindle Vela series by February and get my Dark Amethyst tale finished in April, May with a possible winter release. All right. How many books or novellas or whatever's in your Vela series or whatever they are, short stories? The novellas, ain't they? I think that's what.
The Kindle Vela.
I know.
It's like a novella, so that means it's only like 20,000 to.
Yeah, I knew it was like kind of short. I think that's what my Gift of a Child and Ballad of a Child is going to be. They're pretty small. George is making changes to what they did. No worries. Yeah, I know. I heard some stuff like that and certain things that
obviously you have to because it wasn't
too happy with in the story where it was like, yeah, that's not happening.
It just wasn't. It was just like they completely contradict all the stuff that even happened in their own fucking show. The season,
yeah, like all the build-ups and stuff, and then they're like,
what they building up for? Jon Snow is all like, oh, let's build them up, and go out with a whimper. Nothing. Oh, I'm just gonna kill Dany. Be like, okay, yep. Like this is lame. And then the girl, what's her name? The little sister. I can't remember her fucking name right now. Not Sansa, but the little one. And I was like, the one who became an assassin. And I was like, you know what I'm feeling right now from this show is I'm getting a lot of what we get from a lot of shows these days. We gotta do female this, female that, female that, just because it's a trend.
I get that with when they're doing like females, or they go back and change it to like people of color or something. I was like, if you want to do something with people of color or a female
make the character
like protagonist, make a completely new thing with that as the basis.
You don't
need to go and change something.
Like I don't think you need to change that, but I already know why they're doing that. The reason why they're doing that because just like even with the females, for instance, like Thor, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna change Thor to a female," and it's like because they're trying to build off of the audience that already exists, so they're just going to use that for that instead of making a whole nother character or whatever. I don't care about like the sex or the race of the character, but like, there's no need to do that. The erasing others to replace and stuff, like, you don't need to do that. I mean, I get like what they're trying to do because, of course, okay, I'm a female of color. My characters are probably going to be all people of color because that's who I am, and it needs representation. But I'm not taking a fucking
I'm all for like representation and stuff. It's just
I'm not
make them stand on their own.
You don't need to replace them, and then we're very much on the kick of females replacing the males and stuff. And I'm kind of like, that's not what we need to do. We need everyone, just so we're clear. Nobody needs to replace anybody, but we need everyone to be present. So let's work on that and not try to replace what already exists. Like, there's no need for that. Because first of all, I don't want to be anybody's replacement. I want to just be my own character. I don't want that. I'm not interested in that. So yeah, that kind of gets on my nerves when they just go that route. You can reimagine all you want to, but like, please don't do what's been going down. It's getting a little out of hand. Like, you need to calm the fuck down. Like, you don't need to replace every character that's a dude with a chick. There's females that exist, and also you shouldn't be making, if you want to make powerful, strong female characters, do that. You don't need to take the character that exists and then like erase the male character. Like, I think we need men and women in the world. I'm just saying, but okay. Like, I digress. That's fine. I cannot, because I already knew that's going to happen with my stories. A lot of my characters are males. It just kind of happens that way. It's not intentional, but what comes out comes out. And I just don't fight against it. I'm like, I'm definitely going to make this character female. It doesn't happen really. So it's kind of like a lot of my characters are guys. So I know in the publishing world, they might, if it's trending, then they'll might like, oh, let's make the main character female. I'm like, nah, the character's a character. Stop. Yeah, they do that for money grabs because they're companies. They don't care about issues. They do not. I'm just telling you. Yeah. They don't care. They care about money because that's what they're supposed to care about because they're businesses. They don't care about what issues we all have. They do not. Yeah, I know, right? Those are so obvious and they piss me off here. Yeah, but I don't like. Could you not use other people's stuff?
Yeah, I think they should just be more original. I mean, if they want to do something similar.
I'm sorry, but Hollywood's not original.
Do what?
Hollywood's not original.
I know that, but I mean,
like comic books.
I mean, if they're gonna rip off something, just rip it off completely. Put a different name on it.
Just turn it up, put the name on it. Oh, you mean like 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah, something like that. You know.
Totally ripped off Twilight.
Yeah, something like that. That's what they need to do.
Plagiarism is in, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently. I don't know if I would never let that go if I was Stephanie Myers. She could change all the names she wanted to. I would have some addressing to say about that. Like, you change it because you're going to publish it, but you pretty much just ripped off my story.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, a little dirty. Just a little dirty.
We've lost Derek again.
Yeah, I know. He got off a little bit ago. Oh, my goodness. Are you having any cake deal for your birthday?
I got me some coconut cream pie. So that is what I'm getting. That's what I've been eating on.
Coconut cream.
I knew we dogged Aphrodite for not having a cake. I was like, well, I'm going to get my own birthday cake or birthday pie.
Right. Yeah, I had cake when I had my stream. Mine was like pineapple upside down cake. I was like, yummy. Yeah, I used to get a coconut cream cake, like the whole like coconut cake with the cream and the coconut on top of it. Went out from like age 5 all the way till I was like 19 or something. Then I switched up to pineapple upside down cake. But yeah, always coconut. Oh, Aphrodite said, no part of me would let her get away with that. Yeah, I really wouldn't let her get away with that. I don't think DO would have even been like, fucking somebody come up and was like, yeah, let me make METAGORE fanfic. And then all of a sudden people
I would actually kind of like that. I would like to see what.
No, that's fine if they made a fanfic, but not what she did. She made a fanfic and then people liked it.
I was like fanfics I'm alright with. Actually just trying to rip me off and make money off of it.
Good. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was like
I was like, I don't think anybody could really get deep enough into some of my characters to really.
They ain't gonna do yours. You're safe. Your shit's safe. There's too many characters. How they gonna copy? It's gonna be a totally different fucking thing. They wouldn't be able to handle that.
I have too many fucking documents and files on my computer for them to fucking.
You handled that really well, by the way, with all the characters.
Thank you.
Because some people cannot even handle that shit. Like they would fuck up. But when they came out, until they were like 87, they're trying to get all that shit in order.
Yeah, I know. Fucking, I counted at one point, and there's like 20 something like point of view characters in the first book.
Yep.
I was like, it's fucking ridiculous.
You looking at yourself like this is fucking ridiculous. What the fuck is I doing here?
I mean, you got the 6 lords, their dukes and duchesses, their marquesses, at least one warrior from each of them. And fucking, you got Kalama.
It's got out of hand.
Rhea, all these other people.
They just kept growing and shit.
Yeah. When I started that book, I did not realize it was going to be as big as what it was. I know I've said before, I've outlined it. It was like 20 chapters. It was just going to be one book, and that was it, one and done. Now it's 4 books. Right. The first one's like 58 chapters. Second one's like 40-something chapter.
Yeah, look, I got my fucking Happy METAGORE right here. Like, I got my shit. Look, it took a little beating. I was reading this shit. Like, I was dead fan. Like, I was like, this is taking a little bit of beating. But yeah, I like your headings in there. If you can see them, the lights like good.
Yeah.
Show me on here. But like the headings are really cool because it's got like the deer antlers. Like
it's supposed to be.
And then the swords underneath. I found the dude who does like headers. I'm gonna have to check him out because I'm gonna make them custom ones.
Yeah, I had the person I did my cover art did that. But I wanted like some type of helmet type ordeal. So that's what they kind of did.
And a helmet.
And at first they just did that and the swords. And I was like, I like Celtic bands. I was like, can you incorporate that somewhere? So then they did that just circle kind of faded in the background. I was like, hell yeah.
I like it. It's good. I like all the shit.
I intend on doing some headers for book 2. I'll probably try to do it myself. I'm going to ask the person that did my cover to send me the crown that they used or that they designed for Darius on the cover, just without the fire, and have that as the background of the chapter headers.
Yeah.
So it might be that. I might add something else to it, but mainly just that crown.
It's kind of fun planning your books, honestly. All the stuff. All that shit you gotta do.
Oh yeah.
I like doing it though.
I still need to get back with my cover artist. I mean, they designed it spring of last year. And I didn't have my blurb or anything done or my spine because I didn't know how thick it was going to be. Yeah. So here's going on almost 2 years later.
Damn. Yeah, I feel it. I sat on my cover for about a year before I did the cover review.
Yeah.
I'm sure Aphrodite. I know you would. But better not take my word and change it and publish it. Yeah, I feel it. People try shit though. But I think since she did that, most people aren't going to do that now because of it's pretty underhanded, honestly. No matter if she sold it and she changed enough stuff, it's underhanded. I wouldn't do that to somebody. It's plagiarism. And it's because it's legal plagiarism just because you legally got away with it. Doesn't change the fact of what you did. Sorry. I have no respect for you as a writer if you do that kind of shit. Nope. I mean, you couldn't even come with your own shit. That's not coming up with your own shit. It's not. You can fanfic all you want, but you best keep that shit free and you best not be publishing it. I'm sorry, but no. Like, writing using other people's shit like that. You got no imagination with your own stuff? Nah, man. Don't be trying to rip me off, though.
So, I'm going to show you, like, my character sheet. I know we've seen Aphrodite some.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a document with all of mine from METAGORE. And not everything's actually filled out.
Yeah.
But some of it is. It's like, I got it, like, in order from, like, alphabetically. So, Alberin and then Braham and stuff. And I went ahead and highlighted their names. So, when I'm scrolling real fast, I know where the next one starts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is one character I just hadn't made an actual character sheet out of.
Yeah.
I will probably eventually. She'll probably be in my spinoff prequel that I do at some point about how Brahan and Kalama met.
Yeah.
She was the empress, or the female lord over Alberon at that point in time. They had emperors and empresses.
Yeah.
But like Malar, his race, he's a Morling. He can shift into a Foo Dog, male, 50 years old, appears to be about 29 because I've converted like every race has a different lifespan, so they age differently.
Yeah.
So I have how old they actually are and then how old they actually look.
Nice.
Birthplace. Some of them I just kind of did the kingdom. Some I actually picked a name of a town or something.
Yeah.
Where he resides now. Appearance, hair, medium long or medium curly brown, green eyes, 6'6", muscular. I didn't do anything for his face yet. Kind of tan skin tone, since kind of picture them like Native American type.
Yeah, my
tribal tattoos on both arms and his chest. Posture kind of proud. Grand Duke Lord, wealth high, education high, family tree. Laurelyn Wiggin, which is his wife, Onan, and Athena. Family relationship, close and loving, believes God of the 8 divides. Skills, farming and fighting, languages he can speak, Akari, Eries, and Megori. Which you can't really speak Eries too well, but yeah. That's in the second book some.
Hey, we claim a little bit. We claim that we can speak all of it. So.
Yeah. Like, we can speak that language, just bear with us.
Not fluently. Take your time speaking to me.
Yeah. Personality, good points. Optimist or pessimist, introvert, extrovert, leader, follower, planned out or spontaneous, attitude towards others, notable events in life, and then what's most important to them. I kind of do that through every single character.
Take time, yeah. Yeah, I do my character sheets and shit. Usually before my
book. So fucking many.
I know you got so many goddamn characters. Like, how could you fucking know? Make a book out of this shit alone.
Yep. It's fucking ridiculous.
I know. I have a compendium already planned for my series. I'm at the cover made and everything already.
Yeah.
So I'll have all the artwork of the cards, and it'll have like character bios and stuff in them like that. So creatures and lore and shit like that. That's the plan. But my fucking artist, like, Deucin is awesome. Somebody had left a comment on my video, was like, he's kind of expensive. I'm like, well, did you not see his artwork? He's not a cover artist. He is, but he's an artist first. He does a lot of art for like metal bands and stuff. So
yeah,
and does art for other stuff. So he just exclusively. That's why they can charge that, because they just exclusively cover artists, and he's like an artist. So it's just worth it.
I got my cover made for book 2, where I kind of told them what I wanted. Yeah. I sent them a copy of Battle for Metagore or whatever, so they kind of see what it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I kind of want it similar, theme. I want a kind of dark cover, red that pops, and kind of told them what I wanted. And at first I was going to have them just use stock images, because that's what they use for Battle for Metagore, or the other company did.
Yeah.
And I was like, it probably look a lot better if we just did a custom and actually designed everything. I was like, all right, go for
it. You know him. He's all right, do it.
I was like, it's going to cost you some more money. I was like, all right, whatever.
That's fine.
If it looks good, it looks good.
I thought, hey, if it's what I want, then I'm cool. I'll pay for it. Like,
yeah, right.
I don't really question, like, if it's what I want, that's what happened. I was like on all these other people, and this chick who, I think, Logan Keys, I'm in her group too, and she does some really good shit, like really good. And I hadn't come across Deucin yet. So it was kind of between her and Deucin. I was like, and then I saw his shit. I was like, oh no, because she's close price to Deucin. Like, her price is close to his, but I really liked his stuff for Cagliostro more. I'm probably going. I did have her make me a cover for something that I have on a back burner, but I was like, nah, he won that one out for Cagliostro, because I was just like, and then when he did Cagliostro, his version, because I gave him all info, because he was like the real person that he could look like and all this jazz, and then gave him all the details. That's what he came up with. That's what Cagliostro, like, to him. I was like, that's exactly what I imagined he looked like. Good job on that. So turned out well. It's like, think about all the stuff that we go through just to get that one book out, dude. It's crazy.
Oh
It's
yeah.
something. It's something. And then we can keep doing it too. And we keep fucking doing it. Yeah, I know Aphrodite. She's talking about how what's her name would have got body slammed if Stephanie.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, she let it
And
go.
I'll try to make a PDF of that or something.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, it's just a Word document right now, but I'll make a PDF and share it at some point in the group.
Yeah. You and I got similar character bio things, so like that. I do that shit because I came from always reading fantasy, so my shit's kind of layered. Some shit people would never probably know about the card I've written down.
Oh yeah, I know that's how I was. Just so I can kind of get like in their head a little bit
Feel
more
of
and
it.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Get a feel for it.
Also, maybe at some point I might incorporate it into a story. So
You could. You
stuff
never
like
know.
that.
Yeah, because I'm bored. Don't know. But yeah. Your computer's
Sorry
getting angry.
about the double. My computer's getting angry.
Oh.
It's all right.
It's like, this is what you're using me. Oh no, not Logan Keys. You talking about Carol? I forget how to pronounce her last name because she's a twin sister who also does covers. But Carol is the one who did your Glass Corridor. I have a book cover addiction, so I know a lot of book cover artists. So yeah, she done a few of mine. She did my Angel. I have an Angel series. She did covers for those. Actually, that was a pre-made that she did, but her pre-mates are one cells and that's it. So which I like. So that's why I buy her pre-mates. But yeah, she's really good. She worked Aphrodite and did the Glass Corridor, like the covers, the new one, because 8 little pages went out. So but they kind of really.
I know that's who I had to do my first one. I was going to go ahead and have them do the whole series, even though I didn't really think they was very professional business wise because they took so fucking long.
Yeah.
But that's also why I didn't set a release date until I had everything back, so I wasn't really too worried about it. Unlike Aphrodite, who was kind of like in a crunch there for a minute.
She was, man. They totally kind of thorough on that, and she kind of had to finish that cover herself because they did not deliver.
Yeah, so I was going to go ahead and just have them do the rest of the series and just look for somebody else for my others, and then they went out. So now I got this new artist, so I'm going to try to get them to do the rest of the series, hopefully.
Yeah, because it's like once you find a cover artist for the series, and you try to stick with them so it can be like aesthetically similar or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting. I wanted like very similar in style. I want all of them kind of black or very dark with red that pops. That's the main similes between all of them or whatever.
Yeah, I like how the red pops. You can't miss it.
Oh yeah,
it's really epic battle going on right there. You can't confuse this for fantasy. We know what's going on here.
I think the third book, how I envision the cover, is going to really sell fantasy and battles because I'm going to have it do probably the final battle because that was depiction of the first battle of the war.
Yeah.
Third book, the battle, I think the final battle, at least in that book, that's what I want depicted. And it's going to be in Brighthelm, and I want like snow and then all the stone buildings and stuff on fire and like 3 or 4 different armies fighting and shit in the background. Maybe focus on one warrior, kind of like that one is as well.
Yeah. So that's nice. That's cool.
And I think that cover, I might want it to be a full wrap, like maybe have like the fighting and stuff on the front cover, but like the scenery kind of goes around the book, and then it's just the buildings and stuff on the back.
Yeah.
That'd be a little different, but yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And then the last cover will probably be the most basic looking because I just want it to be black like a flag.
Yeah.
So maybe some highlights where the wrinkles are, and then the inflamed insignia that's going to be on the flag there.
Yeah.
And then I want like the edges of the flag like on fire, and that would be that reddish orange or whatever that's kind of popping. Like somebody's trying to burn the flag.
Right. I really like that though. It's going good. You said it's 4 books, right? 4 of them.
Yep.
Wow. Fantasy, listen.
Yeah, I've started the third one. I've got a couple chapters written for it.
Yeah.
So.
That's nice.
Getting
head.
That, that entire book will be war, since the second book ends with basically the declaration of war.
Yeah.
So the very first chapter in the third book will be starting that war.
I feel
all
like
the
I'm
way to the
ahead
left.
since I got the alpha of the other one.
Mhm.
Even though I know things are going to change from alpha, but still, I feel like I'm ahead a little bit.
There's a lot more being added,
I
even
know
from
that.
my betas,
Yeah.
because the first book was like 108,000 words. Second book, I was like, it's going to be shorter, but I was hoping maybe around 90.
Yeah.
And I think whenever I sent it to alpha, it was only like 40,000.
Yeah.
My beta was like maybe 55, 56. And I've given up trying to hit that 90 mark, but I'm going to try to get about 70 to 75,000 words altogether.
Yeah, that's the only like pain in my opinion with fantasy is because they got these like number rules, but of course you self-publish, you don't have to follow any shit. You don't
I was
want
about
to
to
do.
say, I don't fucking care what it
But
is.
like,
I don't want like an itty bitty book next to like a couple big ones.
Yeah, that would be weird. Like, because that's the only thing. Like, now, if you had kept the first book smaller size for fantasy, as they would say, then you could continue that on. But I've seen some series out there where it was like the books were different sizes, no matter if they
Yeah, I
were
figured these are. I figured the first one and the third one would be the longer ones, and the second and fourth would be shorter. So,
Yep. Oh, Aphrodite said she gotta go, so you check her last message.
let's see here. Got to get off the computer, and my phone is dead. But before I go, I want to wish you a very happy birthday. Eat all the cake. I will. My kids had a couple slices a while ago, but thank you. I'll probably eat the rest.
Bye, Aphrodite. Talk later.
Bye. Thanks for joining.
Oh my goodness, man! Like, I don't know this. I got indigestion probably due because my stress levels are so high all the time. You don't even know. I read they were like, oh well, your indigestion could come on too because of stress. And I'm like, that's the case. My ass gonna have it for I don't know. Ever.
I might I'm looking at their cover things that they did for the second book.
Yeah.
I mentioned I might do that crown for like the chapter header. I might do the throne with the crown sitting in it.
That'd be cool.
As a chapter header, maybe.
I'm still thinking about my chapter header. What I should do. I'll think about like his light wings, like on the cover, but do like the fire wings and do like his light sword down the middle of the wings or something like that. Or do the opal, because he wears the opal that was his mother's. So I thought about doing that over the sword and then the wings. So I thought about like layering it a bit or whatever and see how I want to do that. So I'll see. I found the dude today who does customs, so I'll probably get him to design one for me. Aphrodite's doing formatting, so
yeah, I still got to help Aphrodite to kind of show me how to format and plan on doing mine.
Yeah, she had shown me how, but I was like, fuck that, I ain't doing it. I'll pay her to do it. I ain't no biggie. She's like, you don't have to pay me, but because we always doing stuff together. But I was like, nah. I'm gonna try to keep her as my formatter, and then if I like the guy who did your book, I'll probably keep him as an editor for my bigger books, air quote bigger books. I don't do big books, okay? I do normal size, average size books. Because Cagliostro is probably like 52,000 words or something like that. And then my horror anyway shouldn't be that long. Stephen King.
I got some Stephen King books in there. That's
like that. My boy just needs to calm down. Very long-winded, but hey, he's Stephen King. I guess he get over it. But like, it was just too ridiculous. Like, come on, boy. This is not sci-fi or high fantasy. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, 1,000-something pages, my boy. Like, I can't be scared after that long time. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not even creeped out because scared is like, I might not be scared anyway. But I'm not even creeped out. So I'm like, can I just stop? Because it's too long. Like, But horror should be around 35,000 to 45,000 words. In all actual, we can talk about full-size novels for horror. Because once you start going further than that, the creepy start dying off. Like, it's going to be, like, if you know how to build it and work with it and tease it and stuff, that's cool. But everybody can do that. But, like, you're not sci-fi or fantasy. Relax. Relax.
Yeah. I was just looking at I know My Gift of a Child and The Ballad of a Child is gonna be like novellas.
Yeah.
They're gonna be about 13 chapters as well as like a epilogue and a prologue.
Yeah.
So like 15 if you want to count it like that.
Right.
I've got the prologue and the first 10 chapters completely written, and it's like 15,000 words. So yeah, it'll probably be 20 or so, maybe, if that.
Oh, Aphrodite said to tell you that she will format your book for you. It's a birthday gift.
Wow,
So,
I still got a while. I'm not gonna try to format it until after I get it edited and all that
it don't
shit.
matter. So she'll do it for you.
Yeah,
She hold
I knew
it.
she said she would. I was like, well, you can show me. I don't mind trying to do it myself.
Yeah, she can still show you. But hey, take it while you got it. Just saying. You got enough when you writing a fucking book without editing, fucking formatting and all that shit.
Yeah.
So take a break while you can. You can just format all the other motherfuckers if you want to. Them beast of books.
It's crazy. Let's see here.
Oh, and I guess you're probably glad too that Amazon do hardbacks now. You only have to deal with Ingram Spark if you don't want to for your hardback. I mean, of course you still want to deal with them.
I was about to say I like it, Ingram Spark, because they distribute to more places.
To more stores. I was gonna say Amazon just having an Amazon, you know what I mean? But that's still a possibility to use, even though it's the hardback without the sleeve. But I kind of prefer those because then you got to worry about your sleeve tearing up and shit. I always hate that. Like if you don't real careful with your book, I always just take my sleeves off and read my book and then put the sleeve back on when I was done because I don't want to mess up my sleeves. So, but I kind of like hardbacks without sleeves and shit. So
I always leave sleeves on.
they get fucking messed up. But I'm a book fanatic.
And I don't read that much, and most of the ones I do have are paperback. But yeah,
you know me. I'm a book fanatic a little bit.
Yeah, my wife's a book fanatic here.
Yeah, just a little bit. But yeah. Oh my goodness. So you gonna stay home for your birthday, and you gonna play games?
Probably if the kids let me.
That's questionable. Kids, that's questionable.
Yeah,
They're
out of school now, so yeah.
Oh, are they? Oh, did they already get out?
Yeah, yesterday was their last day of the year.
Oh, okay. Because
now they get 2 weeks out.
Here, the kids here, they gotta go until Thursday. They was like, "Oh, you going until Thursday because Christmas Eve is Friday." Like, I don't know.
No, they're getting all next week and then the week after.
Yeah, I think
around
here
they always get like 2 weeks.
Third, they go back on the 3rd here. They get off on. I guess that's what the fuck date is that?
Yeah, they'll go. I don't know what date it is.
20,
yeah, the 3rd.
Thursday, they off Thursday, so the 23rd, and then they go back on the 3rd. So they give them like a week and apart.
Yeah, we get 2 weeks here.
Oh.
So yesterday was their last day, and they're out.
Erlen's like, nah. Erlen's like, nah.
Arkansas was like, we don't want to put up with y'all's kids.
Yeah, well, there's that.
I was like, I don't either. That's why I send them to school.
I'm trying to give us why are we fighting about this?
Yeah.
Take them.
My son gets in trouble like almost like at least once a week at school, and his teacher starts messaging me about stupid shit. I'm thinking, I don't care. I was like, he's in school. If you want to get onto him, get onto him.
In school. They're growing up.
Yeah. So I'm sure you've already punished him, got onto him. Why are you telling me? It's not my responsibility while he's there. And I tell them whenever, because they're like, I want you to talk to your son, blah, blah, about this. So I'll fucking tell him when he gets home from school, or I'll pick him up. I was like, look, your teacher got onto you. She got onto me, telling me I need to get onto you.
So could you stop
make your teacher fucking get on?
She's getting onto me.
I was like, I don't care what the fuck you did. Just don't have your teacher fucking message me again.
Like, so don't fucking tell her to do shit. Like, if you getting them come on me, like, the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, come on now.
Deal, funny. I can't.
I was like, if you've already got onto him, I don't see why I have to get onto him a second time. I was like, come on now. I have to put up with him at home. When he's at school, he's y'all's responsibility, not mine.
Oh, Lord. How old is he? I can't remember.
4.
You know what I can't understand? It seems like to me with the new way, I don't know. It's just like they expect too much from like little kids. Like they think they're going to be, I don't know what. they 4. Like
Yeah, I know,
I
right? He's in
understand some
preschool.
kids, right? Some kids are more well behaved than others. Some kids don't get into stuff because they're humans. They are humans, so everybody acts differently. But I think sometimes the expectations of a 4-year-old is a little ridiculous these days. Like
Oh yeah.
I just really can't. Like, can we just all
I
be
know.
kids?
Also, like all of our kids have had to take speech or whatever in school because
Yeah.
not being able to pronounce some letters, whatever. I was the same
They
way when I
about
was
to
growing up.
listen. They're about to throw speech therapy at you in a fucking second these days, like
Oh yeah.
immediately.
I mean, I was the
Like,
same way
can I
when I
get
was
a
in
chance
school.
to talk? What the fuck? No.
Yeah, I was that way. I had to go to speech and all the way through like 6th grade or something. My wife had to go to speech for probably about that long as well.
Everybody
So I
goes to
mean,
speech
I figured that. He's like, we don't want you getting mad at us for things. I was like, I don't fucking care. If you want to take them out of class so they can fucking play, go for it. That's all speech class is.
plan.
But
Interact
this
because you'll
year,
talk more.
do what?
That's all it is. It's an interact because you'll talk more. That's pretty much
Yeah.
all you're trying to do.
Well, fucking this year apparently, I don't know if it's like Arkansas or national or whatever, but the way that they determine if a person needs to be in like the special class or whatever,
They still
like
do
mental
that?
disability type classes. Used to they had to make at least like some like 40 something percent or whatever, like on some test. If you made below that, you had to go to that class. They upped it to like almost 70 this year. And my son made like 67. So they're like, he needs to go to that class. I was like, y'all just fucking dumbing down the kids. That's all y'all doing.
That's
like, okay.
America. I'm just telling you. Like as soon as because if you go back and check like the IQ thing from like when I was even a fucking kid, and then like when my mom was a kid, like they've dumbed down the IQ levels. Like nobody not going to notice because of the national IQ dropping and people not being as intelligent.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why because they keep upping the fucking requirement. So kids that are smarter are now getting special help. So they're like, all right, well, I ain't gonna really try that much. They're gonna help me. They're giving me whatever, so they're not gonna try as much.
It's like I don't know what anybody's doing anymore. I don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They're just doing anything.
They don't. I know I got that call. I was like, I don't fucking care.
He's like,
what'd y'all do? If y'all want to put them in special class, put them in special class. I ain't gonna fight you.
That's what you saying anyway. I was just like, before I decided I was gonna have a kid, I was like, I'm gonna homeschool my kid because I don't even want to deal with the bullshit that the school system has going on. Because I did go to school from like 1st to 3rd, and I was like, I went first, and they kept skipping me because my mom, like, she taught us well before I went to school, so I was ahead. So then they skipped me to like the higher level 1st grade because you're just going to standard when you go in this school, and so they put me in a higher level of 1st grade. And you're like, oh, okay, well, she's still too advanced for the other kids, so let's move her to 2nd grade. I'm like, do you realize my age isn't changing though? I'm just okay. So they moved me to 2nd grade, and then I was only in there for a little bit, and then they moved me to 3rd grade, and then I was doing 3rd grade for a while, and then my mom took me out, so I got to experience school for a little while. But it's like, I just don't like the school system. So I was like, before I even had a kid, I was like, I'm homeschooling her because first of all, I'm not going to deal with them telling my child that she needs to be able to do this by such and such age, and if she doesn't, then it's probably something wrong with her. Be like, or no, the fuck is not, and she develops the way she develops for herself because she's not them. I'm not going to be comparing my kids
That's
to
all
other
I'm like.
kids.
I was like, out of our 3 kids, my son's probably the most intelligent for his age. But you're going to pass the other 2 up?
Right.
Or because y'all decided this year to fucking up that test?
I'm not even dealing with that. Because the homeschooling, I can choose to test my child if I want to. She doesn't have to ever have a test the entire time of going to school. Ever.
I mean, with the speech, I knew because, I mean, it is hard to understand them at times or whatever, try and pronunciate things or whatever. Oh, wow. So, I mean, that, I was like, yeah, I'm aware of this.
Speak. It's not like he'd be like, oh, man, he around people to talk. At least he has one up. He has siblings. My daughter has
my oldest did not start talking at all, like mommy, daddy, or anything until she was almost 3.
Yeah, some kids do it later.
Yeah. And I know we kept asking her, I was like, how old or when are you gonna start talking? And she would just hold up 2 fingers. I was like, you are too. You need to start talking. And then finally, right before she turned 30, she started talking. I was like, all right, well, you're still technically 2.
It's still fine. I like my daughter, she's like Bayor still like when she talks, she's kind of like I talk to myself, like, and she talks to us and she has conversations when she wants to, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that because I think it's her decision. Like she, just because she's a kid, like why the fuck she gotta like just bend under your thumb?
Yeah.
Like
That's how my middle child is. She's kind of more kept to herself, more shy,
right.
or whatever.
She don't want to be involved.
And then my youngest, my son, he's just nonstop talking. It's like,
yeah,
shut up.
She's loud as fuck. She makes a lot of noise, but like they wouldn't say she talks enough in the way that they want you to because they got this military mentality in our school system that they think that. And when you go take your kids to a pediatrician, they think that okay, they're this age, so they should be saying this or like.
I took our oldest to a pediatrician twice. I think once like a week after we got released, and then once like a month or so after she was born. Yep. And then after that visit, I was like, no, fuck this. Yep. The first time it wasn't that big a deal, but my oldest started sleeping through the night, like within like a week or two. And I was like, fuck, if I'm waking her up every 2 hours to feed her when she's sleeping through the night, I'm sleeping. Yeah. And then my pediatrician's like, no, you need to still wake her up every 2 hours to feed her. I was like, fuck that. It's like, I'm not doing that. And then we haven't went back.
You're the parent and you're going to take care of your kid the way she's fine. And also they like,
she's eating fine. She's healthy. She was a little chunky at that point. So I was like, no.
They try to tell you, they try to control everything. Let's just be honest. Yeah. Because when I had my daughter, she lost a pound in the hospital because she's a breastfed baby. So I was breastfeeding right out of the operating room because I ended up having a C-section. And they were like, well, she lost a pound. I'm like, well, she's a breastfed baby. That's what they do. You know what I mean? She not on like that formula shit right now. And they were like, well, when they discharged me finally, they were like, well, you have to go to the pediatrician like the next day, or you're going to have to come back here to the emergency room, to check because she's losing weight or whatever. I'm like, these motherfuckers trying to find a way to take your kid. That's all they after. They can say what the fuck they want. They just want to try to show off your kid somewhere over there. Them threatening me. Okay? But anyway, so I take her to the pediatrician, and she's like, well, she probably had to put her on some formula. Like, if you don't put in formula, then you have to go back to the hospital. So I found, like, the most natural formula I could find, because I didn't really want to put that shit in her body at the time. So I breastfed her, and I still gave her the formula when I had to go to work, because I ended up having to go back to work in, like, 6 weeks after I had a C-section, which I was not supposed to do. But who the fuck was paying my bills or whatever? So she still had to have like the formula and breast milk, but she did not get solids until she was like about any kind of solid on. I breastfed her until she was almost 4, but she was like 3, almost 4, and she decided she was done because I wasn't gonna stop her until she was finished. So the girl has never been sick except for the one time. That's right when COVID came, and I think that we all probably had got COVID before everybody knew it was here. Because I go out and clean and shit like that. So I think that's probably what happened. And she had just got her shots, and she got real sick from the shots. And though they tried to say that she wasn't sick from the fucking shots, like she didn't have allergic reaction, but she definitely did. Because she was fucked up after that for like a while. And I'm like, y'all never know somebody gonna be allergic to the fucking vaccines that you give all them kids, like 1 million goddamn vaccines. And be giving them all them at the same fucking time, like, you sure that's okay? Like 4 different types of vaccines at one time. Okay. But yeah, so the pediatrician thing is annoying. As soon as your kid not saying enough in their opinion about certain things, they're ready to throw the pamphlets at you.
We didn't even fucking get a pediatrician for our second or third. And I was like, no, I'm not dealing with their stupidness.
He said, fuck that.
My oldest started sleeping through, like I said, like a week, maybe 2 weeks. She started sleeping through the night. And then my second child, she didn't start sleeping through the night until she was almost fucking like 1.5, 2 years old. I was like, God, start sleeping.
Right? Yeah, well, it was cool. I mean, my daughter, her sleeping is still kind of like she changes her schedule from time to time. Not that it matters, because most of the time, the reason why parents care about the kids sleeping through the night is because they have a schedule to go to work.
Yeah.
And it is rough for them. I didn't have that issue because I live with my family. My older brother and I take care of the baby. So he actually, when I came home from the hospital, I didn't have that problem my mother's having. Like, oh, I couldn't sleep and stuff. I slept and he took care of the baby while I was asleep. So it wasn't, I didn't have that issue. So she would stay up at night because when I was pregnant with her, I would go work and I'd be working till like 3 a.m. and shit. And it was loud while I was outside sauce cooking Hanover Foods. And it would be loud, machinery and shit. And she'd be woke at night and she'd sleep all day in the womb. And at night she'd wake up like, scratching and stuff and punching my stomach and kicking. So she still kind of is like that now, which is fine because I'm a vampire myself. If I could, I'd stay the fuck up. Only time I go to bed is when I gotta get up and go to work.
Oh,
It's like
I was about to say I stay
care
up
about
till
her schedule, her sleeping, and
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I don't give up. We
And
did.
I have to wake up like 6.
Like midnight. We did school at midnight because she had slept a weird schedule. And so when she woke up, gave her about an hour to get like situated, and then we did school. It's only like 2 or 3 hours because we're not fucking around. Because at school was a lot of fucking around. Let's go outside and play recess lunch. Oh, let's do this. Let's fuck around. No, we just do all the lessons and we don't fuck around. So you don't get to sit there and waste a lot of time. But yeah, man, raising kids. Oh. You got 3, so wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't even playing that game. I wasn't gonna try and be cute, man. I was like, freaking doctor come rolling around from behind the petition, like, you sure you want me to tie your tubes? I'm like, what you better do is get back around and do your job. And I got Blue Cross and Blue Shield, don't play with me. She was like, okay, Miss Tiller. I'm like, don't be asking me no questions. I'm 30-something years old. I know what the fuck I want, okay? Get out of here. Besides, just in case I change something, I can't, because there's no way I'm going through the surgery again to reverse it. So I was like, nah, because I might get cute and be like, and I was too. I was like, she could probably use a sibling to play with. I'm like, bitch, you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, I know my wife finally got fixed after our son. We was going to have her get fixed after our second, and then we lost our insurance because I had my heat stroke right before and all that stuff. And she wasn't working because she took off because she's pregnant, and we just moved here and all that shit. So we didn't have insurance. So we was like, we'll wait until, get some money and then this and that, and then never got around to it. And then Kobe came, and then fucking she pushed him out while she's still in the hospital. She's like, just while you're down there, just
take care of
do what you got to do. And they're like, well, you got to wait 6 weeks and this and that, and they come back, and she's like,
yeah, they actually make you wait 6 weeks if you don't have a C-section.
Yeah, she didn't have a C-section on anyone.
Then they will do it because they're in there. So I did not have to wait. Right when I had, they were like, "Oh, we in here. Your uterus is over here on the side of the table, and so we're gonna just do this while we're in there." I'm like, "Good."
I know they try to talk my wife out of it or whatever.
They always try to talk you out of it.
I was like, we got 3. I didn't want 3. I was stopping at 2. We got
like,
3.
You already got kids. They like, you might have more. Be like, listen, if I told you what to do, it's my body, bitch. Don't be questioning me.
I know,
if I
right?
change my mind, that's my fault. That's my problem.
A lot of times they want you to have like at least 2 kids or be a certain age. It's like, why? I don't want any more.
Like, oh, you gotta be like. They didn't ask me because first off, all right. I'm just gonna be honest right now. I'm a woman of color. They ain't gonna ask me at 30 something. I was like 32, 33. I was like 33. So they were like, nah. They do that to white women a lot more because they're like, they're more worried about that. They not. They was like, you go ahead and get tired. We don't need no more of you around, kind of situation. So it was like they ain't even question me really. They were like, "You got it." I'm like, my doctor. She rolled around because she's a woman of color too. She's like, "You sure?"
Yeah, that's what our doctor was.
I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Like,
the second and third one was. The first,
I try to say that once you have 2, they always try to like make sure you don't want no more. I'm like, I got 2. Don't you think that's enough?
Right.
I can't be Octomom or nothing.
I know we had some. I forgot what his name was. I think Perez or something. Some Hispanic doctor. The first time we went to Kennett, because we still live in Piggott, and Kennett's like 20 miles away. That's where we had our oldest. And then when we had our second one, we was moving down here. So we went to the one here, and I forgot who we had at first. We had some doctor, and we had him all the way up until about a week or so before like the gender reveal ultrasound or whatever.
Mm.
And like right before that appointments, he got arrested because he'd been taking pictures of his clients' hoo-haws or
Dude,
whatever.
what?
Yeah. So he got arrested. So we had to go find another doctor, and then we had to wait like 2 or 3 months before we could make an appointment. So at this point, she's like, what, 6 months or something? I think about 4 months, somewhere in there, where you can get the gender reveal.
Yeah.
So we went about 2 months or so without going to a doctor or anything before we finally got the one that we used for the rest of that, and then our son.
This is why I didn't have, like, in my network in Carroll County, like, there weren't any male gynecologists. Like our whole network.
Well, like here you got like maybe 1 or 2 options, and that's about it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Kenneth, there was just.
I could have went to like they have we have a well-known female hospital here for birthing, which I started to go to that one, but I didn't want to be that far from the hospital. You know what I mean? I'm not doing a home birth. No, I'm not one of those women on YouTube to do like the birth and they're popping the baby out in the doorway. Nah. Or the bathtub baby thing. Like, nah, I need a doctor around. I'm not taking chances. Thank you. But
I wasn't even in the fucking delivery room. I was like, nope. I'll go sit in the waiting
room.
No,
I'm good.
I know our first doctor's like, you don't want to? I was like, no. And he even joked with my wife. He's like, you might need to find you another baby daddy. I was like, all right. I was like, you don't have to pull up a bed right beside her for me. I'm going to pass the fuck out.
Yeah, you can't be seeing all that. That's blood.
Nope.
You wouldn't have made it anyway. They would have trying to show you. Yourself being knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to be fucking passed out. Because I know if I stayed in there and I happened not to pass out, I was like, come here, come and look, or cut the umbilical cord. Nope. Not doing it. Y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all went to school for the shit. I've done my job.
I think my mom cut the umbilical cord because she was in there with me. My older brother was out in the waiting area because since they had to do the C-section, it was kind of like had to be like just her, only one person, and so they had to petition up anyway. But I think they let her cut the umbilical cord and shit. Like when they cut me open, my daughter was in there like playing in the like water, and so she was like, they was on mom, so she was in there like,
I know our
like,
son.
Who is this opening up their God? Like.
I know our son or whatever. He started coming out before the doctor got there because she was busy. I think delivering another baby or something at that point. And the nurse was like, all right, well, try to keep him in, hold him in, whatever. You know, try to suck him back up or whatever. So they started doing that, and then he, I guess, went too far in. They're like, no, you know, come on, push it a little bit more. And he started coming back, and this and that. And they went back and forth like 2 or 3 times, telling her, nope, suck it back in, push it a little bit. And then finally, the moment the doctor walked in, he just fell right out.
He was like, look, y'all already been slapping me back and forth like butter. I can't.
Yeah. I told my wife, I was like, because our son is so indecisive, you will fucking ask him something. He'll tell you an answer, like, what do you want to eat? He'll be like, PB&J. Like, all right. You go in there, he'll stand right beside you while you're making it. And the moment you get down, he's like, I don't want that. I want this. It's like, no, you're fucking eating it. I made it. I was like, this is why he's so indecisive, because he was born. I was like, all right, come out. No, stay in. Come out, stay in. I was like, y'all fucked him up.
That's hilarious.
I was like, God, y'all fucked him up.
Yeah, he did. Now he has a complex, indecisiveness.
Yep. That's what I'm blaming it on.
Yeah, hey, you got something to blame on. Just make sure you let him know. So when he gets older and his girlfriend says something about him being indecisive, like, look, I had no control over that. They made me go in and back out. Like I wanted to, but they was like, no. So he can just use that shit for the rest of his life.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, I cannot even. Oh God.
I don't even know how we got on that subject, but
who knows? Stuff just goes into that shit, man. Who knows?
Hell yeah.
Stuff. I don't know. What games you been playing? You said you was playing something. What you playing?
For my channel, I've just finished playing Halo Infinite.
Oh yeah.
It came out. I played the story. I did a little bit exploring the world. but mainly the story. That's still uploading. I think I got like another 2 days or something of uploads on that, but I've got it all edited and ready to go live. Then Wreckfest, that's probably like my favorite game. I play that every so often, about once a week. I think in January I'm gonna start trying to upload every day. I tried. It's like a racing game. I don't know if you've seen it or.
Yeah, I heard it.
I play with intense damage, which is like one of the hardest damage, or I guess easiest damage. You can get damage really fucking easy that way.
Like look at you, Bob.
Yeah. I mean, there's extreme, which is even more easier. But I play on intense and set the AI to expert and shit. And I like to do like a 60 lap challenge. So that's like the max amount of laps you can do. So I'll go fucking do a race and do that every so often. So in January, I'm going to do 60 lap challenges. So from January 1st all the way through March 1st. And yeah, it's interesting.
That sounds fun.
I'm going to be starting Marvel's Avengers in January. I just finished uploading The Evil Within not too long ago.
Yeah,
I'll start the second one probably in February, late
How'd you like
January. The first one, I liked it. I had it ever since it came out. I played it on PlayStation.
That beginning part, dude, when you being chased, that shit was hard. I always thought that part was funny. So like, when I first played that part, I was like, "What the fuck is happening? What's happening?"
I know. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" The fucking one I hated the worst was the fucking.
Like how he was like that part where he was like limping a little bit, like he was hurt, and then as soon as a little way you could play, he was like, "All right, I'm good." I was like, "Really though? You had me limping and being scared as fuck that behind me. Now you good?"
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, after he got that chainsaw to his leg, he was limping for a little bit. Then you slide down that fucking slide, end up in that big pool of blood and gore, and then you're just fine. It's like,
oh my god, I hate when they do that. It's so funny though. Some dude on TikTok did that shit from Resident Evil with Leon, and he was like, when the character's hurt, but then they go down the steps, he was like, ugh, dragging. He got to the steps, he was like, and ran down the steps. He got to the bottom, like so dragging. I'm like, that shit is so true. True.
Fucking, I know originally when I first played it, I hated the safe head people.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Because like you'd finally kill them, you're like, all right. And then they'd like another safe would fucking raise up and they'd fucking appear. There's like, what the fuck? Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I know, right? Oh, did you play House of Ash yet? I know you were playing that.
I've got that up on my channel and stuff. That was the first one. I have tried so hard. I've played Until Dawn. I played Man of Medan. This is the first one I've actually managed to go all the way through without killing anybody.
You managed not to kill anybody? See, I didn't play it yet. I'm ready to play it. Like
this was the first one, and there was a couple times I was like, I think I might have fucked up.
Yeah, my brother got some chick. He got her killed by mistake. I think it's whoever has the husband, and he like got the husband to help her, or she helped the husband, and he got her killed because of that. I think if he said, I think if I would not have her help, he would have been all right.
I know with one of the premonitions, the guy is like attached by a rope to her, and she's like dangling, and you can try to bring her up or whatever, or you can cut the rope and let her just fall and stuff. And the premonition shows if you're trying to help her, she will fall, and then he will be pulled down too and gets impaled by like stalagmite or stalactite, whichever one's from the bottom. That's the premonition. But I watched somebody play it, and they did it, and they actually managed to pull her up.
Really?
I think. Or maybe they tried to pull her up, and she fell, and nothing happened, and they both still lived.
She fall,
or whatever.
So I was like, huh. Pull up is better.
I went ahead and cut the rope. Like, she was kind of pissed off later about it, but
she still lived.
Yeah.
And he died. So
yeah. But it's like, oh well.
God, man, like you motherfucker.
I was like, you can't be too mad at him because that's like her husband, and she's been cheating on him with somebody else. So I was like, you can't be mad at him.
You can't be mad. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Of course, the guy I watched play it, he leaned more towards her new boyfriend, like started like a relationship that way between her and her boyfriend person. Yeah. And then I went more rekindling the marriage type ordeal. I thought that's kind of cool. I can kind of go both ways.
Yeah, true. That's cool.
Yeah. And then there's a flashback that actually ties Little Hope into House of Ashes a little bit.
Oh, really? That's cool to do.
Yeah,
that.
because of her husband, Sergeant King or whatever. He has like a prosthetic leg, like from like the knee down, I think, or something.
Oh, really?
And it kind of shows like a flashback when they were still together, and they're at that diner or wherever that's shown in Little Hope, and they're pulling out, and they get hit by a bus or a truck or something on his side. That's kind of alluded to. That's how he lost his leg. Was that accident? And I believe that accident is what made the people in Little Hope have to make that detour because there's a accident on that road. And that's when they had that road closed off.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I was like, that kind of tied it together. I was like, that's nice, especially with the anthology, you know, kind of tie them together.
I mean, I can't wait for the next one. It's a Devil.
The Devil with it, or the Devil in Me, or something like that.
Devil in Me, yeah, the Devil in Me.
Yeah, about serial killers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they're actually gonna make it be like a demon or something on it though, because they've been kind of hinting that.
One thing I thought was interesting, they went more with like the Until Dawn evils in House of Ashes. It's actually an evil creature. It's not
psychological completely. Yeah, because psychological would go either way, but yeah, it's not that level of psychological. Where
it wasn't like, you know, House of or Little Hope and Man of Medan where they're just seeing things type ordeal.
Yeah, true that. But yeah, so I was like, I kind of like the monster horror personally.
Yeah.
I like monster.
I mean, I like both of them. I like, you know, the whole time I was playing it, I was like, all right, I wonder what's actually happening, because I was thinking it was going to follow like Little Hope and Man of Medan.
It could.
I was thinking it was going to be kind of
throw your curveball, you know.
I was kind of expecting it to be like Man of Medan, like some type of fumes, especially since they're so far underground, like a lot of natural gas or something, making kind of hallucinate. I was thinking maybe it was like the creature were other members of the army or whatever that fell with them, like not the main character.
Could have went that way. They probably want
that's what I was kind of expecting.
They was like, we got you good.
Yeah, I was like, fuckers.
That shit funny though.
I like to be like, all right, this is what's actually happening.
Like, this is actually
like, no, I was like, you're not following your pattern. You got to do like you did the others.
Messing me up. Like, I don't know about the last one though. It could go either way. It could go back like Medan, or it could be like demonic now instead of just like monsters, you know. So I don't know which way they're gonna go. We'll see, because I couldn't tell from the trailer thing that they did at the end.
And I didn't realize it until I seen somebody made a video about it, and then afterwards I was like, oh, but they use like a lot of the same characters between Man of Medan, Little Hope, and House of Ashes.
They do,
like the same character model. I didn't notice that until they did that. I was like, oh, okay.
Now they gotta use a lot of that. They kick them games out pretty fast, so you knew they have to have like curveballs in there. Like they have to have ways around it to get it coming out that quick. So that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I'm wondering how they all tie together, since they tied together Little Hope and House of Ashes. Like I mentioned that little flashback. So I wonder if they're going to try to tie Man of Medan into it, as well as that Devil in Me or whatever.
They might. I guess we'll see. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything, but I'll be waiting very impatiently. I was a little mad at them because I had pre-ordered my copy. I got the collector's edition from the company. So, like, I'm waiting. Me and my brother are waiting for our fucking copy, and it's late. And they got a nerve the day before the game comes out and sends us an email talking about, oh, it's gotten delayed, and we're sorry, blah, blah. Here's 20% off coupon for the store. And it expires, by the way, at the end of November or some bullshit they said. And I was like, hey, excuse me? So I'm sitting here waiting for my copy, and you giving all these YouTubers copies of the same collector's edition that I'm fucking paid for. Really? So what happened was you were short because you gave all those away in marketing, and then you were shorthanded people who actually paid for the game. Bad customer service.
Yeah, I've been thinking about trying to get some review keys or whatever. I've emailed some companies or whatever, and they was one of them. I was like, hey, I'm interested.
Yeah, no, right. We used to.
And he's like, we got to contact this company. They do all the keys and stuff. I was like, okay. And then I can't fucking find their email. It's like Bandai Namco or whatever. Yeah, I was like, all right. So I went to try to find their press, whatever PR people, and couldn't find their emails. I was like, oh,
they are so
okay.
annoying. Like, I emailed them back. It wasn't a happy email. Like, you motherfuckers. Like, I had to wait. Like, it was already out for like three. They said you're gonna have to wait probably 3 weeks after the game comes out to get the copy. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, I literally can go anywhere right now and buy the shit. Like,
So just give me a fucking if I already paid for it, just give me the fucking digital version. It's like you can't run out of that.
Yeah, but I'm like, and then when they shipped the shit, like the box, they didn't even give us the whole set because they ran out of the sleeve that go on. I like my aesthetics because I've been in.
Oh yeah, if I get hard copy, I want the fucking aesthetics.
So they if you look on, it was a picture going around. They got rid of it now, but it was going around on YouTube because they showed like a picture of them, all these copies of collector's edition that everyone sent out to the free people for free, and it was like a sleeve that go over the box that I actually have. They didn't send that with it, and then they threw my fucking collector's box in this cardboard box. This box was just unmarked. They didn't even have Namco Bandai on the box, right? And then the game wasn't in with the collector's edition. The game was also just in the box. Like, they threw this shit together in no time. I'm like, what in the fuck? Dude, we the ones paying for this shit, and you wanna really? YouTube people ain't even paying for no games, man. You giving them that for free? Well, it's free. This is marketing. You do know we the ones buying the games, though. They don't even buy games. Like, so don't treat the people who purchase your shit wrong. So you can, like, really though? Just send them motherfuckers a regular copy. They ain't even paying for nothing. So I was real pissed about that shit. I'm like, that's dirty, man. That's fucking dirty. I'm sorry, like, you can wait. I don't have to fucking wait. I paid money to give me my shit. Why I pre-order it now? Give me my shit on time.
That's why I do like almost everything just fucking digital anymore.
I'm a physical gamer. As you
I know that's how I was. That's where I've always been. And then they're at the end of the last generation of consoles. I started getting digital because I started getting lazy, fucking getting up and walking across the room to fucking change discs.
But
yeah,
and then whatever. I need my disc. I'm sorry. I need my fucking disc. And they actually doing that.
I jump around way too much between games, especially recording or whatever now for this channel.
For the recording and the digital.
I'll play like one episode of one game, and then I'll fucking play an episode of another game, then episode of another game. It's kind of jump around and shit.
People going digital or whatever, but I'm like, I don't think we need to get rid of one or the other. It can coexist.
I know when we got the new Xbox or whatever, we bought it back in the spring, early summer, something like that.
Yeah, I kind of got the PlayStation 5 up in here. My older brother, I got it.
Yeah, and we got the Series X, which is the one that plays the discs as well. Where my wife's like, well, why not just get the S if we're just going to go all digital? I was like, one, because the X runs better frame rate. And
it does. Like the S is not the same thing.
No, it's like a smaller, condensed, whatever. I was like, also, we watch DVDs and Blu-rays on fucking disc. I'm like, yeah, we got fucking Netflix and all this other shit, but I mean, we got a bunch of fucking movies. I need something with a fucking disc player that'll fucking play that shit.
Yep.
I was like, so
we ain't got get the Series X yet. We kind of was like,
yeah, we got that. We haven't got the PS5 yet. We will at some point, I'm sure.
I did a Walmart thing. I paid for like Walmart's W Plus membership to get free shipping or whatever. I paid for that because they had a special thing where right at Black Friday, where if you had the W Plus, then they give you priority to be able to purchase the PlayStation 5. So when you would go on there, they gave everybody the time window. So when you go on there, you click on PlayStation 5, and then the window would come up, and they'll say like you have a 30-minute wait in line. So you can save your space and go shopping other things, but you can also just wait there. So it worked because they had to come another way because scalpers. You know, they were fucking all over that shit for the last like year.
Yeah, I started following some people on Twitter that did inventory, stock, whatever, things, news or reports. Like every time Microsoft got new Xboxes in the Microsoft store, they would like fucking notify everybody on Twitter. Same thing like Walmart or whatever. So I did that. I follow one dude. He does both Xbox and
I follow
PlayStation.
some dude for the PlayStation 5 for a
Yeah,
while.
and I went straight to Microsoft. I mean, he dropped it the only day I actually sat down because he's usually like, hey, Xbox is probably going into gets, or Microsoft's going to get new Xboxes like Friday, probably around 11 or 12. So that Friday, about 10:30, I opened up my computer, opened up Microsoft Store, and then just wait until I noticed he mentioned that on Twitter. Then, boop,
yeah, it was like I could have already had a Xbox Series X. I could have had that already, but it was kind of like, to me, it was like the PS5 was like, it was definitely hard to get the PlayStation 5, especially unless you was gonna buy it from a fucking scalper. Which fuck that, I'm not paying you double what the console cost.
That's why I went straight to the fucking store. I was like, I'm not paying more.
I paid what the fucking console cost. I wasn't doing that shit. But it was harder to get the PlayStation 5 because scalpers were going after even more than they were Series X. And I mean, I could have got Series X through one of the companies I shot, like Zibit or whatever. They had them. They let you air quote lay it away. They let you put $200 down on it, and they were like just giving ship it to those people who put money down or whatever, whatever. So I could have got that then, but we were kind of like, all right, picking and choosing right now. Could get both, but why at the moment? Because like there's no like games just for that. There's no everything's on everything at the moment. So it's kind of like, do I need to get that right now? Really not. And Sony does have some exclusives.
Yeah, I mean, Xbox does now, like the new Halo and shit.
Yeah, the Halo's all but you can play Halo on your Xbox One. It's just upgrade to Series X. Like, so it's like it's whatever. So there's really no reason for the jump and get the Series X in my opinion.
The medium, I think, was available basically right at release or right after or something.
Oh, you got the medium on PlayStation. So.
Was it not?
It is.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't know. I knew it was for new gen only.
I think it's pretty good. The medium.
Yeah, I played it, but I knew that was like
Returnal is kind of iffy because that's on PlayStation 5. But Returnal's kind of like right now it's kind of the trends that's going on is getting a little annoying sometimes. Is it really rampant in video games right now where they're kind of like, and you're gonna get people arguing this about the female thing, and they're kind of like, well, it doesn't matter if the female's attractive or not, or something. I'm sure anybody can be attracted to whoever they're going to be attracted to. Like, well, the character you have to be attracted to. No one's saying that, but I'm sorry, I don't really want to play a game with like excuse my words, an ugly character. It's just me. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to. So it's like if I see a character and the character's like, there's this game called Forspoken. It's not out yet. And the female lead is fine. That's a female, but like she won't shut the fuck up. Like this running her mouth constant, like blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm not getting this game. Like just from the trailer, I'm not getting this game. I'm not gonna be able to handle it. I'm sorry, I don't like women like that. Like she like, oh, I'm the and blah blah blah. Like she won't shut up. Like who you talking to? It's just you on the screen right now. Like I just like it's really a turn off. And then like the Danger haircut. I saw seeing Danger haircut. Like that's the shaved side and then the hair flipped over one side thing. Like all the new generation kids are doing now. Because everybody got their stuff from their generation that they do, which is fine. But I'm like, as soon as I see that, and then I see the character, and then the chick, she running her mouth and stuff, and then like I just it's like I have to wait for it to come out and look at some videos to see if it's really annoying. Because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stomach it. Because if she like, I'm 37, I'm getting up there now. I'm a metalhead. I'm a goth from like the kid from the 90s. I can't relate to that shit. Like, and there's nothing wrong that it exists, but it's also like, well, they didn't make it for you. I'm like, did they make it for you? Because you probably don't even play video games. I'm just telling you. Like, your generation don't even, like, your younger generation, y'all don't even play video games, really. Y'all play free-to-play games on your cell phones. Y'all like them free-to-play games. Y'all do. Like, I don't even.
I do too.
I don't
That's one thing why I like Xbox. It's got that
free-to-play game on my phone. but it's like I don't really.
I don't
like
play that much on my phone.
They don't have no substance for me. I like playing video games because I like the story driven type.
Yeah,
of thing.
I was about to say that's what
That's
I
boring.
like. I know
To me,
people's
it's
always
like
like, "You got Call of Duty?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You want to play some online or zombies?" I was like, "I usually just play it for the campaign."
And
I was
people
like,
look
"I'll
at you
play it
weird when you
online."
say that. You're like,
Yeah,
you play
they're
the
like, "What?"
campaign? You do what? It has one of those.
I know, like fucking Battlefield. I love Battlefield more than I like fucking Call of Duty. I like them, especially the destructive environment, all that shit. I think they do better graphic wise, mechanics and shit. I love it. The new games came out, Vanguard for Call of Duty, and then Battlefield 2042 or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm going to get Battlefield first, and then I'll get Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And then I got on there to fucking buy Battlefield, and I noticed it's multiplayer only. There's no campaign in the new one. I was like,
He was like, what the what? He was like, what?
no. All right, I'm not spending $60 or $70
So I can just hang out
for a
with you.
fucking multiplayer thing when I got Apex for free that I can play. I got PUBG for
Right.
free that I can play.
Exactly.
I've got all these other ones
like,
that I've already
bring
purchased.
to the
I can
table
play.
here for me to pay this money. Nothing.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so I don't know, understood.
Especially not full price. If it was like 20 or something, maybe.
$20, we got much to complain about. So throwing
Yeah,
$60
but for
at
fucking
me,
$60 for a new
better
game
have a
that's
campaign.
online only, no.
No, they think somebody want that. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I was like, man, I went ahead and got the new Call of Duty.
Exactly.
And usually with the campaigns, I got so many games, I play the campaign one time and that's it. So
right, but at least I can choose whether I play it or not. Don't be trying to take my
Oh, yeah.
choice away. That's what I can't stand when you try to take your fucking choice away.
Especially-
Yeah.
I mean, I'll play like once and forget it, and then like years down the road, then I'll play it again. It's like I still got my 360 fucking hooked up back there so often. I play it, my PS3.
Yep.
If I still had my original Xbox, I would do that, but it got stolen, so I don't have any of that shit. But
I know. I still got my old shit over there though. I don't have it. I don't have my regular Xbox. I got a Halo Xbox. That was my original Xbox. It was like the Halo.
Man, Halo was the shit back in the day.
Yeah.
And this new one, I like it. They fucking did better than they have the past couple.
Yeah, they were shitting in bed for a little bit.
Yeah. Halo, Combat Evolved, and Halo 2 were like my two favorite ones. Halo 3 was all right.
Tried to make Halo without Master Chief one. Like,
yeah. ODST, it was all right. It was different.
All right,
but I kind of liked it at that point.
Like,
Reach was all right, like a little prequel type thing to it. 4 and 5, I didn't really care for. I thought they was all right, but it's like, but this new one, I liked it. I was like, all right.
He's all right.
They went back to some character building and shit and all this other crap. I was like, all right, I like this. And the little open world that they involved in it, so it's not just straight streamlined missions.
Cool.
Pretty cool. Added some new fucking bad guys type race or whatever.
Oh, nice. I like building. Oh, did you see that game? Was it Elden Ring?
Elden Ring, yeah, I've seen previews of it. I haven't played it or anything. Or
yeah, I got it.
Is it out yet?
No, but they had.
I don't think it's out.
They had like a.
Yeah, I've seen previews.
Beta. My brother ended up making it. He always seems to fucking make it in those. And he played. I watched him play the beta, closed beta. It was pretty good.
Is that the one that's made by the people that made Dark Souls?
I believe it because that's from Software.
Because I remember there's some game that's kind of like fantasy that was made by those people that's coming out soon. I think it was Elden Ring.
Yeah, I believe that's the one. I mean, it's just very much like Dark Souls. I'm not much of a Dark Souls.
I've never played it. I've seen it played a couple times. I've never played it.
I mean,
but yeah.
You may like it because you being a fantasy writer too, but it's more.
When it comes to I like horror games. When it comes to actual like fantasy games, I'm kind of picky. Like Skyrim and stuff, I don't care for.
Yeah, you and well, Skyrim is open world. This isn't exactly like
that. I like the open world aspect. I like the fantasy characters. It's just for me, Skyrim was just too bland color palette. There's a lot of grays and whites and just muted. And looking at that the whole time I was playing, I was like, nah. I would play it, become a vampire, and then quit. That's the only thing I did. And then one time I found out you could be a vampire and a werewolf. I was like, all right, I'm going to play until I can do that. And then I quit. I didn't even fucking pay attention to the story or anything. I just did that.
That's kind of like vampire or vampire, whatever you want to say.
Vampire, yeah.
Yeah, that was decent for that because you know you're a vampire, so you can like choose the way you do it. You can like kill people, or you can not kill them.
Yeah, we
And
got
then you
that.
have
I've been thinking about playing it. My wife has it or whatever, and she's
It's decent.
been trying to
It's
get me to
pretty
play
good.
it. I was like, I might at some
I played
point.
The Order. That was good. That's werewolf.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that game though, that kind of pissed me off when I first played it. I got it when it first came out because
my whole playthrough, but I played that shit on Twitch. But like,
yeah, I
got
played
my
it
ass pulled a few
for my
times.
channel. I've played it whenever it first came out.
Yeah,
And I was really looking forward to that because it's like werewolves in London. I was like, all right, I got this. And there's like steampunk or whatever with the weapons. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And then the majority of it, you're not even fighting fucking werewolves. They don't introduce the vampire portion until later.
Yeah,
it's like
every
commercial I've seen was werewolves.
That's because that's what they were drawing in on the play.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting that the entire time.
Oh, you played that? Did you get that werewolf game? This werewolf, one called Werewolf. The one
No, I haven't.
You should check that out. I mean, you're a fucking werewolf the whole fucking time, and there's werewolves everywhere, whole time.
Yeah, that's what my wife's into. She's into werewolves. I'm more into vampires and zombies and shit.
Yeah, I'm into vampires, probably more than werewolves, but I like werewolves. Werewolves don't get enough.
Come on, werewolves, Lockendens, whatever. I like them.
Yeah, they don't get enough play, honestly. Not in a good way, anyway. Like a lot of people don't do a lot of werewolf shit, sadly. But yeah. So what do it? I really got my I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna play because I do need to play House of Ash. I'm really behind.
Yeah, it's a good one. I liked it.
So I'm gonna play that, and I got Song of Horror too. That's another horror game. I play a lot of horror. My whole shelf back there, that whole shelf back here.
My horror collection.
It's all horror, all both of those.
The Dark Picture Anthology, Until Dawn, Evil Within 2, Dead Island Riptide.
Yep.
Which I plan on doing that at some point for the channel, probably February, March. Start those. I play The Medium.
Yeah, Medium, dude.
That was kind of weird at times with the fucking double view. That kind of, it's like,
some shit happening.
I went at the end when it was like actually split screen. You just see half of her on each side. That was all right. I wish it was like that the whole time instead of you see her twice or whatever.
Yeah, it's a little weird when you do that.
Yeah, it rubbed off on me or whatever eventually, but at first I was like, what?
He said, what the fuck?
I don't like this.
Dude, that part with that demon thing, like, I want to try you out and shit. I was like, what? You want to do what to me? I was like, oh, God, girl. That's
I don't even.
Like, I was being chased by her.
I don't even know what other horror games we got. We got
shit. Oh my god, I can't. That shit's creepy.
Have you ever played 12 Minutes?
I don't think I played that one.
It's not really horror, but it's like a mystery type, whatever. Basically, what it is you're reliving the same 12 minutes over and over. It's like a top-down type ordeal. You're just in your house, and this guy comes in and tries to kill you and your wife or whatever, and you got to try to solve this mystery or whatever.
Like it's a weird Groundhog Day type of situation.
It is. Like every time you die, you start right back over, and this and that. And it gets pretty dark and pretty twisted if you actually complete it, which I didn't I did one video, I believe, on my channel. Yeah. It's got multiple different endings, and I found like one of them. So I was like, all right, that's it. But if you actually find the proper ending, I guess, then yeah. It gets pretty dark and twisted.
I looked that one up. I got one coming from one of those limited run. That one company that brings out like smaller titles physically. The Letter, because I think it was on PC. The Letter was.
I know one dude my kids like is called Markiplier. He plays a lot of indie horror games or whatever. They think he's just funny. My mom gets mad. He's like, he cusses too much. I was like, I fucking cuss too much. I was like, so I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I try to watch it over at my mom's house. He's like, you're not watching that at my house.
Like, that's a long time coming Markiplier. Like, I remember when he first started, I was watching him when he first started. I stopped watching him forever ago, but, like, I watched him when he first started, and he was really funny. You know, he's kind of He's kind of playing
Yeah.
it up a lot because he came really popular really quick. So he's got,
Oh, yeah.
he's got a little, I still watch Dashy. He's still funny. He's where I got my favorite word from. The Aphrodite don't like to hear. So start with P. The way he said it. Every time I say it to her, she'd be like, start laughing. I'm like, why are you laughing? She's like, it's the way you say it. I'm like, that's how you say it. You're not saying it like that. You saying some other word.
Yep.
But I got that from Dashy, and Dashy's fucking hilarious. That dude, he does not change his formula for his videos at all. The entire many years that he's been up on here, and still funny as fuck. Like the dude still upload the same way. Like, he ain't changed it. He's still fucking hilarious. He cracked me up though. Yeah, I think he had to tone down the cursing a little bit, only because they was coming at him a little bit, because they started coming at everybody for that. Markiplier don't care because he's such one of the higher blah blah blah. So Dashy's up there too with them. The guy, Markiplier.
No, I like I don't know who that other one was you was talking about. I've never heard of them. Markiplier, just because the kids like watching them.
Yeah, a lot of kids like Markiplier. That's why he's so fucking powerful. Kids.
Yeah, I like Hollow. That's probably the one I watch the most.
Yeah, I heard him.
Let's see, who else is there? And I watch a lot of like news stuff, like Open World Games, which does a lot of open world news. And Jor Raptor.
Yeah, I know.
Like some British dude.
Mm-hmm.
I know he covers some news stuff. I know those are the ones I watch the most.
Yeah.
And then there's a few others.
You probably still only one. You probably like Dashy. He always doing that rap shit, being funny and shit. He be like, I'm about to drop an album and shit. Like he had a skit channel where he did like comedy skits and shit before he did the gaming thing, and then the gaming thing took off, so he started doing that more. But sometimes the game will be playing, like he'll play Mario or some shit. Mario, the one where they make the stages or whatever. He would play Mario. He'd be like rapping or some shit. Like it's fucking hilarious. I'll have to see you link to his channel. You might like some of his shit, but he's fucking funny. Dude, crap me up. He called chips chills. Like chills. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Don't give me some chills. Like
I feel like there's somebody else that I fucking watch. I can't think of right now.
There's so many.
That's fucking. I know. Of course, also I'm subscribed to a bunch of no names. Sports Gamers Online. I follow them.
It's a good amount.
Great, how are
people.
you?
Let me see.
I am good. It is so.
I like when stuff unpaused.
Let's see. I've watched some of Eagle Garrett's. I haven't watched this stuff in a while. I don't know if he's still posting that much or not. I think he started doing Twitch or something, maybe.
A lot of the people do that, and they'll like start doing that.
Let's Game It Out. That's another one my wife used to watch all the time, and I started watching some. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Find the funny people. I kept forgetting that you was that much younger than me, Dio.
Yeah.
I'm an old
We're
lady.
twins, just a couple years apart.
I said, yep. That's it. Doing different times, though. That's all. I gotta upload my Android.
Still an 80s baby.
Right. I was 84. That's all.
I was 89, the very end of it.
Yeah, my little brother was 87. So yeah, you and him are very close age-wise. Did you make Sagittarius or you?
Yeah. I'm right on the line.
Right on that cusp.
Some will show, I think like the 20th is when it starts or cuts off, or the 22nd, but a lot of 21st.
Yeah.
I claim Sag. I was like, yep.
Yep. Sagittarius. We don't give a fuck. Leave us alone.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, look, we need our wings to fly. If you want to come for the ride, you can, or don't. Bye.
Mm-hmm. I always like this centaur with the fucking flaming arrows, since I'm a pyro. That matches me.
Yeah, no, I like the fire too. It's not as much as you lightning.
I like it.
I fiery attitude, but I don't be lighting fires, you know.
Oh man, I used to work at Trinity, which is a factory that built barges. I worked there for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And welding and stuff. And every winter, since it was like right on the river, it got fucking cold as shit. Because I always kept the doors open because we built barges for the river and shit. So we had all that cold air. coming in, and we'd be on the boats and we get those straw brooms and stuff, and we'd set them on fire and shit, and have like little sword fights with them, all kinds of crap. It's like little lightsabers type shit.
That's hilarious.
Hell yeah.
That's too funny.
As well as all the boxes that our welding wire came in, we'd fucking set them on fire. I'd get in my fucking tank, which is what we call the inside of the walls, because it was divided up in sections. And that's where what I worked in was those little tanks. And I'd get in there, I'd get my torch, light it up, set it in the floor right beside me so I could stay warm. It's like, hell yeah.
That's
we'd be sitting on the stiffeners, what they're called. They're like the studs basically in the floor.
Yeah.
And inside the walls, there's no floor on top of it. It's just those. And that's where we sat on welding. I'd have it like right behind me or right in front of me with the flame blowing right on that metal so my butt wouldn't get cold. I was like, hell yeah. Get on nice and toasty.
Look at that. Nice. Good times. Good times.
Oh, yeah.
That's too funny, though.
I miss that place in a way. I don't want to go back there.
I don't go back there, but I miss it.
Yeah, it was
I miss GameStop, but I don't want to fucking go back there. I like that was the idea.
Probably the most physically demanding job I've ever worked at.
Sounds like
and probably the most dangerous job I've ever worked at, because they did not give a fuck about OSHA standards at all.
Now we y'all starting fires left and right over there.
Yeah. People didn't wear their hard hats at the time or their glasses.
Oh my god,
we fucking had to wear harnesses, but half the time we didn't have anything to hook it onto, so we're fucking like 30, 40 feet up in the air, fucking walking on this little fucking catwalk with no railings that's like maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet wide, with the harness on, not attached to anything. It's like, yeah.
Damn. Y'all funny.
Yep.
That shit.
Yeah, it was something.
That was something. I think my most physically demanding job probably was when I worked at Hanover Food, those sauce cooks. They had to work up in the kitchen, they called it. And it was just like nothing but like a big grate floor that was probably like the kitchen probably was, I don't know, I'm going to say 2,000 square feet of space. Just straight grate floor so water can fall through it. And there were just nothing. We had like 3 big vats that were like the size of a room, and you would make all the brine in there. So the only thing that was up, there's a bunch of metal. So it was like the metal counters where you would do like your pH testing and your formulas and stuff. And then you had all the pipes going into the big vat. And then I would have to like drive the forklift to put my ingredients up into the kitchen. And then I had to use like a hand jack to pull my ingredients through the kitchen and shit. So I was like pulling thousands of pounds a day on that one pallet and shit through the kitchen, and have to lift them damn big ass boxes up into the vat. And man, I'm about 5'7", close to 5'7", 5'6", going 5'7".
Are you sure? Are you not a little shorter? I think Aphrodite told me you was a little bit shorter.
I would. Aphrodite is okay. That's like a tall person telling somebody that they short. Like she may also be 6 feet. Like, get out of here. So yeah, of course I'm short to her. Like, that's like really, I'm above female average height definitely, because that's 5'3". I'm lucky. I'm just like my height. I don't want to be fucking overly tall. All the females in my family, my father's side, like 6'6" and taller. So I am short compared to all of those giants. I don't want to be tall like that. Fuck that. I'm glad for my mom's Mexican blood. Thank you very much. But yeah, so I was like, the vats was like to my chest. So they was like in the floor all the way down to the bottom, but they were like they would come up through the floor, and then they were standing up about right here to my chest. So I had to lift that shit from the floor up and over in there.
Yeah.
And these like 50-pound boxes I gotta put in.
Trinity, we use a lot of 55-ton jacks, like hand pump jacks or whatever. So they're fucking like that big round or so. Fucking, we'd have to carry them into the barge and out of the barge, and fucking going up those steps. The walls were about 20 feet on the barge, and then about another 5 feet or so off the ground. So about 25 feet up, 25 feet back down. Crawl through the fucking tanks. We had the portable welders or whatever we had dragged through the tanks and shit. So
I don't know. Like, it was dangerous still, but it's like it was really physically demanding. I was pregnant, and I didn't know I was pregnant because even though I was trying to get pregnant on purpose, I was just so busy and not paying attention that I was like 4 months pregnant and didn't know I was. So I was still working Hammer Foods the whole time. I probably been trying to be a little bit more careful, but I've been lifting, I was pulling and stuff and going, running around and stuff. And like, and she was fine. She came out with little like freaking triceps, like muscle, like she been lifting. She probably was big first in my year.
My son is fucking solid.
Yeah, my
I mean, he
daughter.
weighs about as much as my other daughters. They're all like within 5 pounds from each other.
Really cool.
I mean, he's fucking solid.
Nice. My
But yeah,
daughter.
I know when I first started at Trinity, in my department, out there, all we did was weld, basically.
Yeah.
And they had everybody broken down into welders or fitters, and my department was counted as fitters.
Yeah.
And then each of them had like a class C, class B, and class A. Class C was like the lowest, and then you'd work your way up. And we hired in my department your class C fitter. Basically, all you did was pump a jack for somebody else. You worked in pairs of two, and the other person would weld. And I did that. And for the walls and the tanks, one person be inside welding, the other person be outside with the jack underneath the floor, jacking up the floor to the wall. And I did that when I first got there. And the guy I was working with, he see me, a little skinny kid or whatever. I think I was 19. No, I was 20, I guess.
Yeah.
See, when did I start there? 2010? Yeah, I was 20 or whatever, but real skinny, about 145 or so, if that, soaking wet, going in there and shit. And got this big old fucking 55-ton jack. He's like, I seen you come in. I was like, this dude ain't going to make it a week. I'm going to make it not a day. He would go in there and he would weld up whatever I'm jacking, so it's not going to move. And then he would just keep telling me to jack, and I'd be out there trying to jack the fucking floor. And he said he'd just go down the whole tank welding everything while I'm still out there trying to pump that jack. He's like, I'd crawl up there and look, and you're over there trying to jump on it and everything else, trying to get it to move. I was like, yeah, y'all told me don't stop until you told me to stop. So I wasn't going to. I wasn't making much progress. I knew that, but I wasn't going to stop.
Oh my God. Must be tough, man.
He's like, I'm surprised you last. I was trying to get you to quit. I was like, yeah. And then whenever I got to be a B, I had some guys, they wouldn't even do that. They pump like one time and they're like, is it good? No, keep jacking. Come on, is it good? Yeah, they're like, it's hard. I was like, no, don't give me that bullshit. When I started, I was out there jacking, not moving the damn thing. I know how hard it is. You fucking do it.
Just fucking keep doing it. Wow.
I was like, I ain't fucking with you. Just keep doing it.
Oh my goodness.
Finally, I got me a partner, and that actually did his job, and we started blowing through those tanks. They give you like a 2-hour time limit, and we was knocking them out like 35, 40 minutes.
Nice.
And we was just fucking blowing through. I was like, hell yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's nice when you got a good teammate partner there. When you got somebody who just like, I used to complain about that shit because I had most of all the sauce cooks at Hammer Food are males. Like all of them are males. And the only other female sauce cook at the time when I got there was an older lady because she had been there a long time. So she had seniority, so she was up in the kitchen anyway doing, I think I was on second shift. So she was the only other female. And she was older, and she was little. Like, Deb was like 5 feet. She's a little bit, but she held her own. And so I came in and I stayed for like 4 or 5 years. And all the other sauce cooks, the ones I trained with, all the other ones, all the shifts were all dudes. Because it's a physically demanding job. Most females didn't want the job. But I kept that job. I'm pretty fucking strong, so it didn't really
Yeah,
matter.
I wasn't. I'm determined. I'm going to work if I got to work. But I'm not
you're gonna work.
Make much progress, but
I mean, like I think that's also our generation too. That like, even if it was like tough, we just pushed through. And didn't complain about it. We just dealt with it, And then the thing, we signed up for this, so let's give it a go.
Oh yeah, I was making good money. I signed up when I signed up or got hired or whatever. I was supposed to work 4 days a week, 10 hours a day, so 40 hours. And I was working third shift or second because they just had 2 shifts. But it was overnight. It was supposed to be like 6 at night to like 4:30 in the morning or whatever. 4 days a week. I probably did that like 1 or 2 weeks the entire 3 years I worked there. Yeah. The majority of the time, it was 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. It was fucking It was very
I hate
demanding,
that
very
shit.
tiring.
That's
And
the
I was
same thing I
driving.
had with food place, man. I thought I was never going fucking. I would never have a life. That's why I said I gotta leave once I
Yeah,
have
I
my
know.
kid. That's
And
what
I
I
was
can't.
driving an hour there and an hour back every day. So
Fuck
that's
that,
14
man.
hours a day.
Nah, man.
This is
I would just say kill
I was
myself.
making good money though. I never
Of
quite brought
course.
home 1,000 a week. But
Yeah.
I made it several times. Just didn't bring home. But yeah, it was nice.
That shit is
Especially
like tough though. The
somebody
hours.
with not very many bills or anything like that. No family, just straight to me.
Yeah, if you ain't got no kids or nothing like that, that's why when I did Hammer Food wasn't a big deal. I had no kids at the time. And I was like, okay. It didn't matter. Like I go in at my second shift and I wouldn't come home until 3 a.m. or something. Like get off at 3. So get home.
I mean,
like,
even now, I would prefer to work overnights if I actually went
I
somewhere.
always worked overnight jobs when I was.
That's what I've done. The only time I have not worked an overnight job was when I worked at Lowe's.
Yeah.
And I went in like 4 o'clock in the morning and got off at like 10 in the morning.
Right.
So it's still odd hours and shit. Yeah, and usually I just stayed up, went to work, came home, went to sleep.
Dude, it's these crazy videos going around on TikTok of these like FedEx workers. Like they're complaining about the amount of packages that they're getting because a lot of people have gone, purely shopping online. I'm one of them. And they're like complaining about like the amount, like, and one of them put a video up. That's like last month. One of them put a video up like, you see all these boxes. He was like filming his truck, which you're not supposed to do. But he was filming his truck on the inside. Like, look at all these bags. It's like shop in stores is what he says. I'm like, excuse me, the fuck? Like, are you serious right now? Are you telling people to shop in stores? Your job is to deliver things. Then you don't know people's situations of why they don't shop in stores. Also, it's a fucking pandemic. Still, I'm sorry. I know it's weird as a pandemic and they last more than a year, but they do. So again, excuse me, like I never work a job and I was like telling customers to be like, would you stop being customers? This is ridiculous. Like,
every job I've ever worked at, I make the best of it. I goof off. I have fun. What it is. I make it entertaining. If I have to be there, I'm going to enjoy it. That's just how I look at it.
Be there. Simple as that. When a job got to me, so I felt like it was beating me down, like I just was like dreading going. Guess what I would do? I'd stop going. I'd get another job. Like if I was going to do, if I felt that way, I don't stay anymore. I'm done.
Yeah.
So
I've only quit 2 jobs. Well, I guess technically 3. I quit Subway because I got the job offer at Trinity, which I had only went to Subway when I was going to college anyways, because they'd work around my schedule and whatever, and then I was going to quit anyways. And I got the job offer at Trinity, making almost double an hour starting.
Well, everyone knows fast food is most of the time faster, especially for younger people.
So I quit there to go there, and also because I was getting pissed off at my manager. Because I was supposed to have been hired 40 hours full time or whatever a week. And I was working like 4 hours one week, 5 hours another week. And she'd have me come in for like 30 minutes on a day and then go home. I was like, this is fucking waste. I'm not doing this shit. I'm supposed to be hired 40 hours. But so I quit that. I went and worked at Trinity for about 3 years and got laid off because the river flooded one year. Then it was too low the next year, so they laid off like half the factory. Now I worked at Utility. Worked there for about 2 years, had my heat stroke, and lost my job there. And then I went and worked at Walmart for a little bit because the people at Utility told me, wait 3 months and you can get back on. And my supervisor said he'd get me back on. The foreman said he'd get me back on. I was like, all right, I'll go work at Walmart for 3 months or some shit. That way I'm not just sitting around the house. So I went and did that, I think maybe 3.5, 4 months, something like that. And I kept trying to get back on Utility. The foreman had went to days. He's like, I can get you on days. I was like, I don't want to work days. I want to work nights. He's like, well, I can get you on days. I was like, well, I don't want days.
Hello, did y'all hear me?
And then my fucking supervisor kept telling the new people on nights or whatever and never got the call. So then I was like, all right, well, I'm wasting money at Walmart because we was having to pay for a babysitter, which is the first time we've ever had to pay for a babysitter.
Yeah.
And we was having to drive there and back and this and that. I was like, no. So we're wasting money. I'm not making enough to cover this. So I quit there. And then I went and worked at Lowe's, and I worked there for about 2 years, doing receiving and did some deliveries here and there. And I worked there for about 2 years, and then I decided to go ahead and try again to get back onto utility. And then the day I put it in, I got called before I ever got home, and I live maybe a mile away.
Nice.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to go back there now. And at that point, my wife was pregnant with our son, and we're just going to have to do additional back of the house, which we still haven't done 4 years later. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to work at Lowe's and utility. And because I got like a 10% discount on Lowe's, I was like, I'll fucking do that addition myself. I've done construction before when I was in high school and shit. So I was like, I'll do that myself, this and that, get the discount. And then I fucking worked both jobs for like 2 months. And then I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not working 10 hours a night and then leaving utility and then working like, 6 hours or whatever at fucking Lowe's and then coming home. And I was like, no.
That's no good.
I did that for about 2 months, and I called in at Lowe's a lot. Whenever I was just too tired, if I had a long night at utility, I'd call in Lowe's. I was like, I'm not gonna make it today. And finally, my manager at Lowe's pulled me aside one day. She's like, "You've been calling in a lot." I was like, "Yeah, I've been fucking tired. I'm working 2 jobs." He's like, "Well, you need to get your priorities straight. It's either them or us." I was like, "Bitch, I make over double there than what I do here. You're not threatening me." I said, "That's how you feel about it. I'll fucking quit. I don't care."
Right. Wow.
I was like, I think I was making like 12 something an hour at Lowe's, and I'm making 20, 22, 23 at utility. So I was like,
there's jobs to do that shit because I worked at one point I worked at GameStop and I worked at Toys R Us overnight. So I would work as a merchandiser at Toys R Us overnight, and there was a GameStop right across the street in the shopping strip that I worked. And I started as a GA, which is just a game advisor. It's the lowest you can be when you get there. And I was working overnight, so I would get off, and then I would have my shift during the day, and then I would take a nap or something and go to work at night. Then I got promoted in a month to a third key, which is just like right under assistant manager or whatever. So after 2 months of working at GameStop, I got promoted to assistant manager. So then I was assistant manager, and then I was making at Toys R Us, and they both was like, when I first went to GameStop, they were like, well, you have to leave Toys R Us because it's a conflict of interest because they sell video games in their toy fucking store. Like, they care. Like, we're going to tell your trade secrets or something. I don't care. I'm here for the money. Anyway, so I just didn't tell them, and I kept working both of them.
Yeah, I know when I worked at Trinity, when I went to do my orientation shit, we had to sign like papers stating that we would not work at another place that built barges or because they're afraid that we would tell
how
their competition.
They do their
like even after we quit or got fired or where we wasn't supposed to go and work at another place that built barges ever. I was like, I don't even know if there is any other places that build barges around here. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they always say stuff like anybody care. Like, you know we here for money, right? Like,
yeah, I was like, I don't fucking care.
I think we James Bond or something. Like, we only here with a paycheck, so relax. So no, I was like, I know, right? What I was doing, and then I eventually was like, all right, well, I'm assistant manager here, making blah blah blah. It still wasn't no money though, because GameStop and pay people fucking shit, by the way. But it was still more than I was making overnight at Toys R Us. You got dollar conversion, whatever. I think I was only making like 10 there overnight, and then I was making like, that was back for minimum wage is now $12.50 in Merlin, and then I was making about $12.50 as an assistant manager there. So again, not much money, but it was like $11.50 I think as assistant manager, and then I transferred to another store, so I quit Toys R Us, and then I became an acting store manager over there. So I was like right as store manager, but they was like playing the game, even though I was the top assistant manager in the whole fucking country at the time, the selling and all that jazz. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm good at selling, blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't trying to spend my life there, but they were like, okay, well, you know, you the biggest you can become is like a DM, so you gotta become a store manager and then you promote DM. I'm like, I'm not going to spend my whole life. I love video games, but like I like working here, but this isn't going to be a stepping stone at the end of the day. Like I'm not fucking staying in sales. I fucking hate selling things. Like I don't like trying to sell stuff to people. I don't.
I know working at Subway and Walmart and Lowe's. I tell people all the time, I was like, I don't like people.
Friend, I really don't like. I really don't like being around,
especially stupid people.
Stupid people just like I won't deal with that. I won't deal with that. Like I don't have to. So like people like since I'm sociable.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how I am. I can get along with about anybody and stuff, but
right. I just don't. I prefer to be home. I prefer to be like. I don't like that whole like out and doing stuff. I've never been in a bar. I've never been to a party unless it was like an event I was running and it was an after party. I haven't done any of that stuff, but you know.
I used to do that stuff all the time.
Yeah, I know, but it was my choice because I just didn't want to. I didn't want to bother with it. I didn't like the idea of it too. And being a female, being by myself is like that's less chance of getting raped. Less chance of that. So I was like, I'm not gonna go hanging out, you know, and with drinking and stuff. I just wasn't going to do it. So I was like, hanging around people, more trouble possibly, and they act stupid. Like I don't really have time for this crap. So I'm just not the type. And then being a dancer and entertainer and being like in that scene for a while, like that made me dislike people even more. Because people are just always faking. Like not being real. I can't stand when people fake. Like if you don't mean it, stop pretending like that's what you really think, because it's not what you're thinking. So stop faking. But they were like, they like the people are fake and dance. Like I just can't with that. So finally got away from that. But really, that's everywhere. Everybody's something fake going on. No matter where we go, even in the writing community, we got fake. There's no way around that. It's human. So good luck getting away from that. There's no escape. Zero escape. Oh yeah. You eat all your cake yet?
I ate all of my pie that I brought in here. I brought 2 slices.
What kind of pie you had?
Coconut cream.
Coconut cream pie. Some good stuff.
Yep, I've sliced into 8 slices, and I grabbed 2.
That's mine. Like, won't y'all split one of those other pieces, and then I'll take the rest.
I don't know how well it'd ship. I mean, it's just going everywhere trying to get it out of the fucking tin. I was like, yeah, it's cream. What do you expect? I was like, I expected it to still be kind of frozen or something.
I expect it to hold together until it gets in my stomach.
At least until it got onto my plate.
Right. Like, I got to scoop it out with a spoon. Problem.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
But my wife is starting to go to bed. We've been on here
I'm ready
for 2 hours.
Whenever you ready. You the birthday boy. It's your decision.
So I think we're going to end it right here. Thank everybody for joining us in the comments and watching this in the future and everything else.
Happy birthday and all that shit. Let me know what you got for gift wise. We ain't get on that. Nothing.
My mom gave me like money to buy a game. That's about it. That's
I know when you get older, everybody be like, fuck you.
My mom's always asking me, "It's like, what do you want?" I was like, "I don't fucking know. Just give me money."
You sound like me now.
She's like, "What are you gonna use the money on?" I was like, "I don't know." She's like, "I'd rather buy you something." I was like, "Just give me the fucking money, and I can buy whatever I want."
Right.
She's like, "Well, just tell me, and then I can get that for you." I was like, "I don't know."
I bought myself.
Give me the money. I'll stick it in the bank and forget all about it.
Hey,
I'll get whatever.
Hey, long
pay bills.
When I open cards, that's the first thing I look for. I'm like, where's the green at?
I know. She gets so mad because I never send her cards or whatever. I was like, I find them pointless. All you do is open it up, take whatever's inside of it out, and throw it away.
Most of the time, some people, they just giving you words.
Yeah, but my mom thinks she's got to get you a gift for every little fucking holiday that nobody else gives gifts for. And then she wants to fucking give you cards. Yeah, it's just. And then she'll try to hold it over you. And it's like, well, you just expect it. I was like, I don't expect it. I'll tell you not to. And you still do it. It's like, yeah, because you expect it. I was like, I expect you to be a fucking adult and not fucking do it when I tell you not to.
If I told you
Yeah,
not,
well, you'd be sad if I didn't. I was like, no, I wouldn't.
you're very convinced yourself that that's the case when I'm telling you it's not. Are you
I know. I've been
listening
telling
to
her this
me?
for years. That's how you expect it. I was like, no, I don't. I mean, you
like
are
what you
fucking
do.
62 fucking years old now. Stop. No, 63. She just turned 63. I was like, just fucking stop.
Just stop, Mom. Just listen to what I said. That's my fucking word. All right,
Yeah.
Dio. Well, I'll let you go. Good night. Happy birthday. I'm glad I got to hang out with you for your birthday.
Thank you for joining.
That was my present to you, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I'll accept it.
You'll think that's a gift like you. Here's your gift.
I'm still expecting something in the mail, but I'll accept it for now.
All right. Well, I can have your address first for that. You're gonna have to. I'll send you a copy of the room within. How about that?
All right, that works.
There you go. I'll send you that. I got plenty of them shit saying around. Send you that.
All right.
All right, dude. Happy birthday. See you next time.
All right. Bye.
Night.